two, 1 2 1 2.
Sorry, guys, I just sound stupid as
Oh. All good. All right. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining in to today's tournament. It is the shopping spree number 6, which this one should be really, really exciting, Ray, as we have a lot of teams up in this one ready to go for the group stage action right ahead of us, as all these players, they want a great win for themselves here to success in the group stage to move on to that bracket format.
Sorry, I just had a brain fart there. Yeah, hopefully
Oh,
we
good.
do see. Hopefully, I won't be here for Block 2, but I really hope that we do get to see some of the higher level teams get to play up in there, and especially some of the more intenser games. I remember the last time I commentated, it was a very intense final game between two very good teams, so I'm hoping that we get the exact same result. Oh, there appears not to be that many people playing this tournament today, as there is no group stage. It is just brackets.
Oh, is it just brackets?
Yes, it's just brackets.
Ah, okay. That's cool.
Okay, well that makes it a bit harder to find the game that I'm going to be watching. That's okay.
We'll just like randomly guess it, like we'll pull it from our head and be like, oh, these are like the two teams that are just gonna be up on the broadcast.
Yeah, today we have Team 1 and Team 2 here, guys. Don't know their names, don't know what they play. On the Splat Zone's Robo Robin. A very interesting map because a lot of the time you'll see both teams either have a pen or a leader just really applying pressure on mid and just absolutely stopping the flank sometimes with the crazy flicks that you'll see from leaders. Or just the pen, especially when they put the the sprinkler on top of the bowl, that can just completely control the zone's pace. So I wonder if we'll see pens from both teams here, or if we might see a different comp than usual.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't even be too surprised if we were able to get to see a whole bunch of range too, right? I know a lot of people sometimes like to stay up in the back line a bit, play a little defensive, and that way they could capitalize up on the people that are up on the point painting the turf. But yeah, Robo Ramen, this one is going to be really, really competitive here for all these players up on these two teams. They want to start off very, very strong here, Ray, so I expect all the players here to do their greatest. But here we go. We are launching ourselves into our Splat Zones mode. Two teams in the lobby, ready to go. Full set of players. Ray, are you ready to do this?
I am more than definitely ready, because Triple Wiper meta actually played in a previous tournament, so it does not seem that they will be running Triple Wiper here, as they only have one Wiper on both sides, which is not a thing that you commonly see with no major backline. We have the Wiper on the side of Triple Wiper meta trying to push up on the flank. It just seems that they can't get the kill though, as they are immediately shut down, and this gives a chance for Tasteless to push in, camping their cooler, possibly stopping them from getting it, but they just decide to keep on taking zone instead, farming for strikes with their Nautilus in the bottom right.
Yeah, Hyperfresh getting some damage taken to themselves here. They got to be careful as they do retreat this to one of their players, but it is currently a 3v4 scenario. Now it's a 2v4 as the blue side is just taking the orange.
Now, it just seems that there's just sprays going off left and right, but it doesn't even matter since they're all coolered, so they're instantly back. But it does seem that Tasteless does get the opportunity to push in with one of their Wipers from Triple Wiper Meta trying to push in from behind. Gets a kill with the hammer, and it looks for another kill with the hammer throw, getting double teamed by the Knot in the Nautilus.
Yeah, great pick there by Geo. Still 4v4 here, but take a look at that. Hyperfresh gets eliminated, but you do find a trade here for both of the two teams. Let's see if Triple Wiper Meta can get back up into this scenario to get this remaining bank to that capture progress, and they are back up in control, but they're still having these little tiny mistakes there and then, as where those criticals could really hurt them.
As you can see, we have a splashdown from the Wiper Meta and a slider following, getting 2 down on both sides. But another slider comes out for the Wipeout, getting a triple with it right then and there. This is not looking good at all for Triple Wiper Meta, as they are going to have a very good retake in order to push back, considering they do not have any of their specials actively ready at the moment, with the enemy team's Wiper actively getting ready to get their hammer.
Yeah, this is absolutely amazing, and, you know, that Stamper could be very, very dangerous if you go right in front of it, but it just seems to be they're just going to be playing this one really, really defensive as Pilot gets taken out. Now this is a scenario where you need to be careful. You got to try and rethink your strategy here in this 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
You see a hammer coming out from Tasteless side, trying just to get them to push back even more when they already had that really good lead. An amazing slider cancel from their Wiper, but he does not see the player behind them, but their teammate just always has them watching. Falling off the edge, just trying to see if they can get any sort of leverage from flanking right now, but it just seems like they can't get anything done.
Really, really curious here to see what Tasteless can do up into this fight. Geo does fall short here, as this is a great pick here for their squad, but Hyperfresh getting taken out here. So elimination's a little back and forth here for both of the two squads, but still a tad bit of a struggle here for the remaining of the 57.
It just seems that either team can't just simply paint the zone here, with both of them having extremely strong painting options and just sliders going off left and right, just really keeping that zone neutral for a really, really long game here, it seems. But finally, after a bit, Triple Wiper Meta does get to finally get their push started, and hopefully knocking out here with their penalty shortening down as the clock ticks.
Ooh, look at this. They try and punch down here, but with that 45 remaining, they gotta still be careful, right? If they play this defensive tactic really, really great against this offensive pressure that the other side is going to provide, they could possibly remain into a nice structural position. But here they go. They're still up in control here, Ray, and to be honest, they're passing the lead.
I don't know if this is going to be very good for Tasteless here, as they only have 10 points to go with no specials ready for them. It just seems that the game might be over just from here with a flank attempted from their bucket, but it's just not enough to end the game. A very long zones game, very stally too, with both sides having very paint-heavy options, with a Nautilus and a Dread, and then a Heavy with a Dynamo.
Yeah, absolutely incredible here. Geo, Cuddle, Dragon, and Hyperfresh getting this win here first off for Triple Wiper Meta in this series against Tasteless. And I gotta say, very great start here in this series matchup against Tasteless, right? You want to be coming off really strong in your game one, as all you need to do is win one more game, I'm pretty sure. So I apologize if I'm still new to this, but is it a first to two in the best of...
Best to three, yes.
Okay.
Whoever wins 2 games first wins. Looking in the favor of Triple Wiper Meta here, as the next map that we will be playing is Rainmaker Museum. Now, if you do not know about the Rainmaker Museum stall spot, it is a rough play to be played on you. And it just feels like cheating, even though it should technically be. Because if you go on the right side of your drop and you squid surge on the wall, you can get the Rainmaker into this almost unreachable spot, which you can just constantly defend because it's right next to your spawn. And they can't just go and grab it because they need to squid surge on the same wall that's facing your spawn. So you can just always have that option to camp it, or ledge peek it and just always have the Rainmaker inflated so they cannot grab it. So we might see a 96 from one of the teams here, as it's a very strong weapon on this map, but I don't know what it will be.
Yeah, heading over to the museum, as you said, Rainmaker being our game mode here. The next would be tower control, depending upon how this game 2 goes. One team is already up on match point, as that team might honestly just say, hey, can we just finish up the record books and move on? Right? So I bet there's going to be a whole bunch of competition here as both of the two teams, one of them definitely needs that win to stay alive in the series. But going to this Rainmaker map style, do you think we might get to see a little more of that, like, range type? Like snipers kind of coming in for play here?
It really depends here because if like Rainmaker Museum, like it's not required to run something like leader or pen or just a charger in general. And just judging off the last games, it seems that both teams were able to perform really well with just dreads and having a sort of like fake backline such as heavy, which it not having as much range as the other weapons may have. But we're getting into the game right now, so we'll be able to see their comps in a very short second.
Absolutely, we might even be able to get to see another crazy reef slider play. I mean, that was absolutely impressive. But here we go. Two of the teams taking on each other here in this game 2. First the 2 action here. And just take a look at those weapons. They want to rock it here in the 5 minutes.
Very fast comps on both sides, just hoping to immediately go in with their wiper on the side of Triple Wiper Meta, trying to flank on the right side, just dragging attention from the bucket and the heavy, hopefully letting their team push in at this moment, which their team does take a slight bit of advantage of their Nautilus trying to poke off on the right, and their own wiper being separated on the left, being very stuck in that position. But it just seems like they're getting out-pressured as they can't look at both sides.
Yeah, this one is going to be really interesting as one team already has the Rainmaker and they're trying to make this great progress scheme of things for their side as they might honestly just do it. Yes, they break through the checkpoint.
This is not looking good at all for our Triple Wiper Meta here as they're just pushing through the Rainmaker, getting a pretty good lead of 38, which might be a little bit tricky for them to push back without any of the survivability specials that they may normally be running, like that, for example. They do have Bubble though, so I wonder what we'll see.
Yeah. The Tasteless doing a great job here for this introductory, but they need to be very careful here as Hyperfresh has that Rainmaker, and we all know how much damage that Rainmaker provides.
They do get the check here, thankfully, and now it's looking a lot better for our Tasteless team here. They might actually get the pop off. They do get the pop, and hopefully they do manage to push through. However, Triple Wiper Meta just really has that strong push going forward, and just that pressure that is just never going away. With one of their wipers getting behind, possibly causing a pinch, trading out and preventing the team from grabbing the Rainmaker, even though they are 3 down.
Again, here goes the Rainmaker resetting. Now both the two teams need to fight for that middle. But take a look at that. So much great possession picks here for one of the sides. As now they have to reset. They have to rethink their strategy plan. And now there's already an ult here with one of the gals.
Now it seems that Tasteless is already revving to go, even though they're running no specials on both sides. It seems that they might have a hammer soon with the Rainmaker just going for it. Oh, and my stream froze. And they do get the lead! They do get the lead, even though my stream froze. I was not able to see it. It's okay. I'm sure that the moment was very hype and aura for the stream watchers.
You're absolutely crazy here. 32-38. This is a pretty close one here up on the museum. As we're just wondering what's going to happen here, as that pick could be pretty crucial. But the 52 getting back up into the action here, but losing their Splatoon here. Very, very interesting.
It does not look good for our Triple Wiper Meta here, as Tasteless is just constantly just doing push after push after push. And even though they are stopping them, it just seems that they get their own push started. 2 down, hopefully we will see the opportunity for them to finally make their own push and maybe take back the lead.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. Rainmaker in possession for one of the two. Geo does get the pick. Oh, they follow up on another. And Dragon is down too. So, I mean, this is so crucial here now for them to move on to this.
Very, very good triple from the Wiper on Triple Wiper Meta comp. Or Triple Wiper Meta. It just does not seem that Tasteless will be able to get this lead back, as they only have 1 minute and 30 seconds, but anything can happen. As long as Triple Wiper Meta can really just hold down the defensive structure and just prevent them from pushing forward here, maybe putting in the previous mentioned stall spot, it might be over for Tasteless and the set might end here.
Yeah, Triple Wiper Meta providing a lot of power up into this one. Stamper online here for one of the ultimates. Gio wants to go quick with it. Maybe applying some pressure to the back line there. Does it find anyone? No. Okay, so triple wiper meta, I gotta say, I think they still got a fair chance here.
Yeah, it seems that Tasteless might maybe be able to take back the lead with just this push alone, as they are going to go 2 down, or Triple Weapon Meta is going to go 2 down here, and they hopefully will be able to push with the Nautilus, possibly getting 2 just right here, but the Gal taking out the Rainmaker, unable to find them, possibly getting back the lead just right here, with the Rainmaker threatening to push forward for Tasteless. They do lose it, but there's still 30 seconds left in the game. Both teams are missing 2 right now. It could be anyone's game. They push forward, and they do lead just barely.
This is crazy. I mean, it's a 23-24 gap. One little space decides all the matters and tensions for both of these two to move on to possibly that game 3. But with the final 5 seconds, it's gonna be very dependent as overtime now taking it.
I think that triple weapon meta comp is, or triple weapon meta is doing very well, but the Dynamo just, oh my god, I'm shocked the Rainmaker didn't die to there. I really expected them to. The Nautilus just absolutely keeping their eyes on the Rainmaker, but the Gal is just doing such a good job being the Rainmaker's knight in shining armor. And they are just getting their push forward here with the Gal getting 1, possibly getting 2 here.
This little crazy trade for trade up on both of the sides. Oh, but they lose the Rainmaker. And honestly, though, that was still a good museum from both of the two teams in the Rainmaker mode.
More than definitely. That was a very intense watch, even though my stream did freeze mid-game, just watching the lead trades by them just slowly inching it forward, inch by inch by inch, point by point, and just to see Tasteless get back that lead just by that itty-bitty bit when Wiper Meta, or Triple Wiper Meta could have possibly stopped there and just completely stalled the Rainmaker in that spot. Very good game from Tasteless there. Just retaking that lead was very, very impressive, because getting 24 on Museum is no joke.
Yeah, absolutely. Triple Wiper Meta here now 2-0 over Tasteless. Triple Wiper Meta, they win it here. I believe that's the group stage series done. Wait, no, maybe I'm a little confused.
Wait, was I calling out the wrong team the entire time? Because like, were the colors switched?
Wait, Ray was doing it wrong? Oh no!
Did the colors switch? Dude, I'm actually stupid as hell, bro. Yo, my fault. My fault.
All good. Hey, it happens all the time, right? Thank you, production.
My fault.
Alrighty, everyone, welcome back to our secondary match with Chud Maxers taking on Hello Chudling. So, you got two Chuds here, one being up on the left and one being up on the right. Not us up on broadcast, but these two teams.
Let's see who can out-jud the other person for the ultimate shuttiness, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Oh.
Not very often you see two teams having almost the exact same name, but Hello Chudlings is a regular frequent in this tournament, so I wonder how they will do this time around.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting. Familiar faces here on both of the teams, I would have to say, right? Chudlings having Quinn, the Spy Eye, the Venate, and Mouse. And the Chud Maxers having Nox, Skull, Nono, and Shinigami. So it's going to be the battle of the Chuds here in our next map here, which is going to be Resort up on Splatoon.
Mahi Resort is always a very interesting map because a lot of the times you'll just see teams that get pushed out of mid just really stall until that water falls. Because it is such a hard map to push back on before the tide lowers. There's just not much of a left area that you can go to. The right area is very, very narrow. So it is a really tight battle to see who can get the first push in and really just hold that space.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really close up too, right? Because you're so limited space, as you said, right? We might actually be seeing, not gonna lie, I just want to hypothesize this. Do we think we see some colas, like tacticolas, getting played up on Mahi Mahi?
Yeah, we might see a few tacticolas. We did not. We actually had seen one in the previous game, but it just seems like they were not actively farming it.
All right, here we go, Ray. Two teams.
Dynamo and Leader, very interesting comp.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be really, really interesting.
And Cooler is on the side of Hello Chudling.
Here they go, rolling out here to that one splat zone in the middle of the resort. Ray, I wonder who's going to be getting the first pick. Oh, wow.
It just seems like the Chud Maxers are just absolutely curb stomping Hello Chudlings right now, as they are already 3 down in the first bit with their... DC happens in classical Splatoon 3 fashion. There is no Splatoon 3 without a DC.
Thank you, Nintendo.
We all love Nintendo service, guys. Oh, I know, no Nintendo service. We all love Nintendo hosting because they don't have service. Has the stream?
Alright, anyways, guys, we're gonna get this one back up and going with me and Ray here, as the Chud Maxers are gonna be taking on the Chudlings here. You know, I have a prediction up in this. I personally think, with the name Chud Maxers, they're just gonna max it out. They're gonna max their way to the max win.
Just looking at that first game, the first opening, it just seems like they just have that really strong advantage over, or mechanical advantage over Hello Chudlings, and they just couldn't do much about it. It just seems like they just instantly plowed through their whole defenses, and if that DC had not happened, would have likely been the game favoring the Chud Maxers.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens here with the Chud Maxers taking on Hello Chudlings. As we're going to be heading right back to the resort, right? So we already know what mode it is. We already know what map it is. Do we think we get to see a switch up in tactics for weapons? Maybe? Possibly?
I know. Actually, rule, yeah, you're actually not allowed to. If a DC occurs, you are not allowed to switch up your comp. You have to stay the exact same weapon.
Well, I'm learning, guys. Thank you, Ray and Prod. Right, here we go, Ray. Both teams walking out of spawns, same weapons.
2 on left, 2 on right in classical fashion. The gal on the side of the Chud Maxers go down with their Hello Chudlings gal, looking to seek 3, but they do not. Unfortunately, they do not get the kill. With the bucket staying alive and pushing back, almost in the exact same situation that they were in last game.
Yeah, Chud Maxers seem to be playing this one pretty carefully here with the lead, as they are at 7-8. but those little ink strikes could be the possibility of losing a team member. Let's see what happens here if the Chudlings could get back up into the progression. Oh my goodness, the whole entire side is just flattened.
It just, after that, it just seems like they absolutely plowed through, with Hello Chudlings completely reversing the tide that they had in the last game. The Chud Maxers need to urgently make a push here, or else the game will end with only 25 remaining on Hello Chudlings' side. Could they just take the game right here, when it was so unfortunate for them in the past game, with the leader getting a pick, hoping just to see if their team can take back the zone, which they do!
Ooh. Yeah, the Chud Maxers now back up into this one at 90, trying to push it down to that 10. It is going to be the hardest comeback probably in this resort for their squad of the Chud Maxers, but they can't really lose this, even though if they are sitting at that 60 plus, it's going to be a hard-fought battle to even get that territory back.
It seems that Hello Chudling is able to easily push back the Chud Maxers once more, with their entire team having to back up or either jump out in order to avoid dying. Their Dynamo, or the Expo, just absolutely picking off this Dynamo here, just refusing him the space to push forward. It is a very good play from the Expo, and the Dynamo just can't push.
All right, here goes the Chud Maxers, possibly here for a rotation sneak up, as they are back up in control here, Ray. But they do lose their Gal player, also their roller, but it's a 2v3. A trade comes out, now 2v1. Can they possibly get the pick? Oh, they're doing it here.
A very strong wipeout for Chud Maxers here, as they do not have any penalty points. So it would be very, very easy for them to retake the game here, having strikes on standby and just refusing that top right area for Hello Chudlings with the bomb spam, with strikes coming out to hopefully prevent them from dropping in the Dynamo. Dying, actually.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Dynamo out here as we get to see it. Trades possibly here for the other side, but the possession back up into the blue. Chudlings out of control here, now back up in the fashion of the Chud Maxers here, Ray, as they want to find themselves an open footing into the opposition.
It just seems that the both Gals have traded themselves out, with the backlines of Hello Chudling going down instantly. The only thing that the two remaining weapons can do is hold the space. The Gal coming back on both sides, hoping to really help that forward pressure come out with a possible hammer from the Wiper to help push things forward for Hello Chudling, and it does go out, going through the zone, but getting canceled basically immediately.
And the Stamper doesn't find much, as you just said, getting canceled, but they do lose control, but they're back up in control here, as it's a battle for just that splat zone, as now you're getting to see it flipped, but they're losing players, and this is bad for their squad.
Even though they did just barely prevent that lead, it is still looking very unfortunate for Hello Chudlings here, as they do have to... as they do have to hopefully push back this space extraordinarily quickly before their team just gets absolutely knocked out with the increasingly lowering score of the zone.
All right, let's see what happens here if Hello Chudlings can get back up into this control. The Chud Maxers here now trying to put some aggression up on towards the Chudlings, but you get to see the Stamper up on line here for the squad of blue, as that could be pretty dangerous, but it's out of play. It's not even up on the field no more.
The Hello Chudlings might be able to lose, or might lose their skill. Might you lose their lead right here, but it just seems that Hello Chudlings is just not willing to let up at all, just constantly flipping that zone and preventing them from getting that lead, just barely, with the clock ticking down, only 11 more remaining in order to take that lead back with 10 seconds left in the game. Do they get it off? Just barely taking back the lead and possibly knocking out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the final 2 seconds, maybe a point flip here. No, that's game done and game complete here for both the two squads, as now one is going to have the upper advantage and one is going to build up to that advantage spot.
It was a very close game for both sides, as Hello Chudlings could have knocked out in the situation that they were in, getting 10 on the score before the Chud Maxers managed to push back. But the Chud Maxers were just able to hold their space so well. And even though there was consistent zone flips, they just never let go of the space that they were holding. And they did eventually manage to push through all of the zone flips and take the lead back.
Yeah, I know chat doesn't see this, but I know we do here behind the scenes up in our production. This is the most squids I've seen in a lobby. Oh, they disappeared. But yeah, that's the most I've seen. But yeah, very still close matchup here as one of the teams had a pretty fair advantage heading up into that introductory before we had this secondary match.
Yes, very unfortunate in the end there for their remaining zones. Cheeser had unfortunately fell off the map, losing them the chance to flip the zone with their special reef slider, as we did see in the final segment. So it was unfortunate for Hello Chudlings, but it was still a good game overall, because mistakes like this is what we have to learn from.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really curious to see what the Chud Maxers have for this next game, as both the two teams, they were pretty matched even there. Coming down to the wire, it seemed to be that both of them had that team plan up in mind, that they wanted to get something done. And I personally think, Ray, it's gonna come down to what they're thinking and how they're using their ultimates here for this secondary fight.
Specials. Oh my god, it's tomato
specials,
tomato, man. Tomato tomato, it's the same damn thing. Specials, ultimates, scoopers, they mean the same thing. If you know what it means, then you know what it means, and if you don't, then you might have to maybe expand your vocabulary a little bit. But that's alright. We might see a more convoluted special usage here, as we did not from the previous game. And looking at the back of my phone, it is cracked. Oh shit.
Oh, Ray having a cracked phone here, but maybe a cracked series in front of us here, as both of these two teams might lead us to a game 3. Both up on the line here. One needs to stay up in this one to survive. Let's see if they could build back into this one.
We have almost the same comps, but we have Wiper Deco, a very interesting choice here for Hello Chudling, with their Gal just immediately pushing through, just ignoring all of the pressure being applied, and just immediately getting the pick off. Looking to get another on the Umbrella, and they do with the Wiper trying to push them back.
Yeah, Mouse does unfortunately fall there, but a nice pick there up onto Val. No, just applying that pressure. Clam Blitz is a pretty strategic mode, right? You gotta think smart, you don't want to over push too much, so you've really got to be cautious of where you're going.
Yes, it seems that they're trying to push through here with a Kraken from the side of the Chud Maxers with with the triple coming out from the Kraken? I was not expecting that, with them just being completely pushed back. Oh my goodness.
Crazy Kraken play here. But one of the sides already having a early stage start here. 80 remaining for one, 100 remaining for the other as one leads. But yeah, you know, that Reef slider, that could be a pretty deciding special here to take him out. But as we get to see it here, it's out of it.
Yeah, it just seems that Hello Chudlings just cannot get the ground in order to stand up and finally make a push back against the Chud Maxers here. With them just always having these specials at the right time, or just always knowing when to push, it just seems like they cannot move forward. But the time might be now, as 2 of the members on the Chud Maxers have come down, with the leader getting a very strong pick. Getting 2 very
Yeah, Mouse getting splatted here by Nox. They have the football ready to go. And I'm really curious how they're going to try and rotate this in towards the blue opposition, right? They got to be careful, especially with what they have, as they do fall short one player. The Dolly's getting taken out. 4v3 scenario here. They want to push up here. Nox does find it, and now it's 70 remaining. But can they get the clams in the, opponent's sky?
It just seems that they can absolutely score with just relative ease here, getting down to 52 with half the game now just coming down. The Hello Chudlings still cannot get their footing, but they are managing to prevent them from knocking out by just barely keeping them back when they do get the push and the ball into the basket.
The Chud Maxers and Hello Chudlings both trying to match up on something here, Ray, as we're getting to see picks there and then. But I'm really excited to see what this special can do here, possibly for the Umbrella.
It might be a really important reslider here, as they could slide up to the basket and possibly get a triple, as we've seen earlier. Even though it is unlikely, it's still a possibility. But they do seem just to fall back without much reason to, it almost feels like, as there wasn't as much pressure being applied from the Chud Maxers. So unfortunately, it has turned from pushing to retaking with a slider, getting someone, but it's just not enough to get the second one. The Wiper just barely hoping to get a pick, but just not, unfortunately, with it looking more unfortunate for Hello Chudlings.
Oh yeah, Hello Chudlings. Had been unfortunate, as you said, but there were so much footballs up online, and both of the teams had a bunch of collams. But you get to see it here. It's back and forth, and now the team that was losing is in the lead.
It just seems, it is very, very crazy to think about just how fast you can make a game come back in clam bits with just jumping in and jumping out with the balls. The Wiper trying to stop the push from the Chud Maxers, but they're just unable to. With a ball being able to go in the basket, and this leader possibly being able to end the game right here and now, just by getting the lead and holding their space.
Let's see what the Chud Maxers could do. Football up online here for the Chuds. No offense. Reeve Slider here up online for one of the Umbrellas. But yeah, it's going to be the battle of who's going to be scoring that football first in towards one of their nets, right? So really curious to see up on how they want to rotate this with these last 25 seconds, Ray.
They will need to instantly formulate a push here, as only 20 seconds left in the game, and with overtime looking soon. They're really strong picks. Oh my goodness, the leader just absolutely taking heads off here, scoring the basket with one clam being needed, taking the lead back for the Chud Maxers.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Chud Maxers back up in action, and honestly, this overtime's still gonna tick, and Chud Maxers, they gotta play this defensive tone now into this offensive aggression. Let's see what happens here with this overtime ticking. The football is lost. There's only one player up on the Chudlings that needs to be alive, and that overtime, it's not gonna matter, because it's just gonna keep on ticking down and ticking down as time shortens, and Ray, the Chud Maxers, they just hit a max win.
Very strong win from our Chud Maxers here, as they did show them why they are the Maxers and not just the Lowlings. They absolutely managed to come back with that push at the near the end there, barely getting, or not just barely, but getting back a lead there at the end of the game, and just absolutely pushing through there in the overtime, absolutely preventing anyone from the Hello Chudling side from getting forward, ending the game in 2-0 in favor, or the set in 2-0 in favor of the Chud Maxers.
Hey, remember what I said about sweeps, right? There was a sweep yesterday up in the NA competition of Splatoon, and here we go. We've already gotten 2 series down, and we've seen 2 sweeps back to back, and we get to see a third. It's all upcoming next year in our shopping spree number 6. So stay tuned, everyone. You don't want to miss it. Alrighty, everyone, welcome back. Me and Ray join you for this fantastic series right ahead of us. Our winners bracket semis taking on these two teams here, as we're going to be able to get to see Triple Wiper Meta taking on Dynamite Gal. And if we just take a look at the past of the bracket, both of these two have had some pretty dominant showings. Dynamite Gal having a 2-1 up in their first winners bracket matchup, Triple Wiper having a 2-0 sweep, but Triple Wiper having a closer matchup in their round 2 than what their round 1 was, with them winning that series 2-1 over Shrimp. Dynamite Gal also winning 2-1 over Carmesse. So yeah, this winners bracket semis, I see it being very 50-50. So if you are a viewer, you want to go grab your popcorn and some snacks, because this winners bracket semis is going to be a very competitive one.
I'm really excited to see this, as Triple Wiper Meta has in fact played Shopping Spree multiple times, I believe. I can't remember if it was just the last time that they played or if it has been numerous, but they have come back and they are definitely looking to win it over Dynamite Gal here. But it just depends on how Dynamite Gal is feeling, as they might just be like, sorry, can't do it today for you, and just 3-0 sweep them. We'll have to see what is going to happen.
Yeah, I'm really curious. Triple Wiper Meta, though, as I said, they did have a stronger start in their winners bracket. Their first ever match played here for tonight's tournaments. It was a 2-0 sweep, so Dynamite Gal, it's going to be a lot of competition for them, but as I said, it's going to be very 50-50. I feel like both these two teams know what they're doing, and that's the reason to why they're here in this semis winners bracket side of things. But as we're waiting to get up into this one, Fish Market will be our map here for both of the two squads. And Ray, I can most definitely say that we're going to be seeing some pretty interesting things here for comps.
Viper is such a good weapon to be on the left or the right side. It'll be able to just hold that space and distract really well, while the other teammates either do another flank or just push through the middle, with having one or two of the members just focused on that Viper from Triple Meta Comp. But it might be a completely different story, because if they are just able to shut down the Viper immediately, we might not be able to see the action that the Viper might want, or the flanks, and Triple Viper Meta Comp, or Triple Viper Meta, could just go down from that.
You know, last time we got to see this Triple Wiper Meta team, it was a sweep up in their series, and showing from Hyper Fresh and Cuddle, Geo, and Dragon, they were doing it all up in that series that we were commentating over, and they provided a lot of aggression into their opponents to take that 2-0 sweep. But here, against a team that has had some great competition against them, I still feel like, and I'm going to say it again, it's going to be very 50-50, and that is fully my prediction heading up into this one, Ray. But here we go. We're launching into our splat zones. We're going to get to see all the great fish at the markets. Let's see what these two teams can do.
It seems that Triple Weapon Meta is running the same comp, while a very interesting one coming from from Dynamite Gal, with 96 Deco not being a very common weapon. The Wiper just, yet again, as I said, looking for that flank on the right side, coming with their Nautilus, really looking just to take that space and hopefully have them look at them. But they get flanked from behind, because unfortunately too many of their team were focused on that one part, now they're all trapped in bottom right.
Yeah, good way to aggress here. If you are Dynamite Gal, they do lose the Barrage, but the Gal is still up online, and now Kraken is activated, but Curves won't even be able to get to use it, as maybe this might just be a splat zone flipping in the favor of the other opposing side.
It seems that this Triple Wiper Meta is just trying to get through that mid area again, but they are just unable to, with the Dynamite Gal holding it very well. But they do actually manage to push through with their Dynamite, getting a nice pick off on the enemies and just really holding that pressure on the two people in the bottom right. So they will be able to hold this forward space and maybe knock out here right now.
All right, Triple Wiper Meta here sitting at 75. They want to try and push. Oh, Splats does get eliminated. It is a trade here, but you get to see one on the side of Gal does get taken down, but to be honest, I think it's still going to be rocking for Gal.
Yeah, it's definitely been 50-50 this entire game, with both teams literally having 50 on the scoreboard. As we speak, both teams just trying to really focus on that flank, with the Dynamo being able to get the chip damage off on bottom right on Triple Wiper meta, but they do get pushed back because of that lack of aggression that they had looking forward.
Ooh, Triple Wiper meta does now take the lead here as they are sitting at a 45. But if you are Dynamite Gal, you gotta be still playing careful up into this, as they do get a Inkling splatted here. The Kraken up online here with the 52, as they want to apply some more aggro play, and they're doing it well. They want to just take the opposition and force them to the splat zone to find that crucial pick.
That was a very nice Kraken coming from the 96, just really pushing all of the enemies back and just forcing them to let go of the zone for a little bit longer, really letting them push back the score that they have, with the Wellstring on the side of Dynamite Gal going down. And yet again, Triple Wiper meta does get the chance to hold this space with their brush going behind, getting a pick. Oh, missing the pick on the Nautilus that they could have gotten.
Oh, that's so unlucky, and now it's flipped, right? You now get to see Triple Wiper meta now up into this action, but you do get to see a big old thing thrown. But now it's flipped once more, and this one squad is really going to be trying to push for that winning momentum here in this game one. They want to start off really, really strong, and Kraken is up online. Big pick here up on the Dragon, as now this could be a crucial moment for possibly Gal to come back, depending upon how they play this.
It seems that our Dynamite Gal team is very confident here, having that zone here, and with their official points going down, with only 10 points remaining on the scoreboard, it is not looking good for Triple Wiper meta, and they just have to go. They do manage to neutral it, but I don't know if it will be enough to cap. It's looking very 50, and they do manage to get the cap off to keep the game going.
Yeah, Dynamite Gal now back up in action, and just take a look at that roller getting those picks that they most definitely need here. If you're a Triple Wiper meta, though, now you're at this just one singular notch to finding your way to victory here, but you still have that plus 52, and now it's going to be coming down in these last 60 seconds to where Dynamite Gal might honestly just push it to that number one.
It seems that both teams are actively approaching the knockout zone, with Dynamite Gal only having one on the scoreboard. There's no room for mistakes from Triple Wiper meta. If they have to keep and hold that space of the zone very tight and confidently, because if they let go for it just for even just a few seconds, it may seem like they will get immediately knocked out. With their brush trying to get a flank on the back, which previously we saw did not work out as well. The Nautilus just completely unaware, and the brush is just really looking for that flank. But they
let's see what happens.
don't get it off.
This is very, very interesting. Oh, yeah, as they do lose control, but you still get to see Dynamite Gal in control of this here, as they want to push this down. Overtime might be ticking for their squad. Can they push OT? No, it's not going to happen, as Triple Wiper meta, they're going to be taking this game one in this best of 5.
Seriously, Sam Kirk. Wait, seriously? No, I swear it was the right one. Oh. I just remember the teams by like one of their weapons that they have, as it seems that we have both now made a team miscall very funnily here. Okay, well, it's fine. Everyone is unfortunately not perfect, but fortunately in the same way.
Me and Ray fell for the AI system.
It was a very unfortunate game at the end there for I forgot the team name. So you can talk. Yeah, I forgot the teams. Sorry.
No, all good, all good. So as we're going to be able to get to see here, you'll have Tiff, Sherby, Splats, and Curbs up on the right-hand side being the bluish-purple squad, and Dragon, Geo, Cuddle, and Hyperfresh being that yellowish-green. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. Triple, as a team, they still have a lot coming up into this, but as well, Dynamite too, right? They're fully prepared, as we're getting to see it here now up in this lobby. They're all ready to go. But I think, honestly, Triple Wiper Meta, they're gonna have to try and rethink their plan.
Yeah, it just seems like at the end there, the brush on the side of the losing team, it just seems like they were unable to get the flanks in, and some of the kills that it feels like they really had in their grasp, they really just let go of it there, especially the hammer that they unfortunately missed and absolutely butchered. I'm sorry, Dynamite Gal, but that hammer play was just not it in bottom right. Unfortunately, it didn't scare anyone away, and it might have been a factor for them to lose, but we will see what happens in this game.
Yeah, I like the little introductory banner cards there. You know, you got the flames in different colors. As now we're gonna get to see Dynamite Gal up on the right. Let's see what happens here with Tiff, Sherby, Splats, and Curbs as they really want to get this series in their hands.
It seems like we have a very different comp running Bria stands for that more supportive playstyle, with their brush trading out the wiper and it being 2 down for triple wiper meta. The blaster on the team seems to just be trying to get a pick off on their cooler and prevent them from grabbing it, just really applying that pressure from under ledge as our team pushes forward.
And Dynamite Gal getting pushed back here by Triple Wiper Meta. As it is stopped at 83, they do lose their brush, but you're getting to see Triple Wiper lose numbers here against Dynamite Gal, and that's a little worrying into a team that did win the last game in the series.
It seems that yet again, Triple Wiper Meta is just able to completely stop their retake and continue pushing the tower forward, looking to clear the first check here with their Wiper, possibly looking for a hammer kill here, which he does not seem to get.
Ooh, the cool up online here. Cuddle does unfortunately fall short, but now you have Dynamite Gal with this tower pushing it back to that 99, and now the progression lead is possibly in their favor. They do lose one of the players up on Dynamite Gal, but they're going to have a quick respawn, right? And they will also have their special coming back. So, if you're one of the two other teams, you got to be really, really curious to what is going to be happening here. But we have this series in our hands here.
It seems like another very back-and-forth game with a smart pivot position in order to get it back as fast as it can as the tower run it over. Triple Wiper Meta is just trying to really get onto their flight here, but the space being held back by their backliner is just really hard to get by. But they do manage to eventually get their blast rounds onto the battlefield and hopefully take out their backline, which he does manage to force a jump out.
Yeah, Triple Wiper Meta now pushing 45 in more, trying to push for that third checkpoint to unlock. As now, if you are Dynamite Gal, you have to be a tad bit worrisome. It is a 3v3 scenario, but now, just with the numbers falling short here, Dynamite Gal is in a struggle here, Ray, as now you get the checkpoint 3 advancing. Now it's going to be pushed back.
It seems like this is the potential that the Dynamite Gal has really been looking for, as this is the part where they finally get to have their retake and their potential in order to push back Triple Wiper Meta and preventing them from winning this game. With the Gal being pressured by the Blaster on the left side, looking to hopefully pick them out, and unfortunately missing with one going down on the tower, but their Gal does manage to get one, looking to crack it on their flash, possibly.
Yeah, Dragon does fall down here as we're getting to see Splats just basically splatting the turf here. Funny quotation. But, yeah, Dynamite Gal, they could really push this back here for their squads. Even though if they are sitting at that 55, you just get to see a big play happen there, and now they're still pushing forward as the lead might honestly flip here, Ray.
It is very, very close for Triple Wiper Meta or Triple Wiper Meta, as they could very well lose the lead here with the hammer coming out from their brush, just keeping that battlefield area and just pushing out everybody that's up there, letting their team get back onto the tower and keep the momentum of the push going there. Very, very good hold from that rush there, just absolutely stopping Triple Wiper Meta from getting back that space.
All right, let's see what happens here with Dynamite Gal sitting at 30, but now you get to see Triple Wiper Meta tad bit up in a struggle here against Dynamite Gal. Dynamite Gal does use the special, but now there's a special up online here for Dynamite Gal. Does it find much? Yes, it does. Does find a player here up on Triple Wiper Meta, and now it's 23 remaining here for the squad of Dynamite Gal. Can they push it further in these last 36 seconds?
It might just be the loss for Triple Wiper Meta here, as they very well could take the lead. It's going to be close though, with them just barely losing it, but there's 2 jumps on tower, which they do get camped out. With only 20 seconds left in the game, it seems that Dynamite Gal will have to make a very fast and smart play here in order to get back onto the tower before the game ends.
Let's see what happens if Dynamite Gal can come back. That would be a critical play by their squad. Final 5 here. Can they touch the tower as they do get one splatted? But that's game done and finish here, as we're now going to get to see Triple Wiper Meta here up in the lead, matching that 1-1 neutral score.
It seems that it's going to be a very, very close game, as Dynamite Gal has won the last game, but they are turning it. They did not win the last game. Why am I lying? I'm sorry. Wait, did they win the last game? Wait, I actually forgot.
Oh, yeah, Dynamite Gal won the last game, and then Triple Wiper Meta just won this one.
Okay, so now that it's on equal flooring, apologies for that. Now that it's on equal flooring, we might have to see a change of comp here coming from one of the sides, as we've seen a change from Triple Wiper Meta, getting that Booyah Stamper in order just to really have that GG special for tower control. But I wonder what they will run for our next map, Clam Blitz Crab Leg, a very, very strong map for Stolly specials and can make absolutely fights last for ridiculously long amount of times.
Yep, so here we go. We're going to be heading over to Crab Leg Capital for our map 3 in this best of 5 series. Both teams neutral here, 1-1. It's going to be still pretty interesting to tell what they're going to be trying to strategize up on this third map here in this one, as both of the first 2 pretty close, especially that secondary. And Ray, both of us can most definitely say that that secondary was the most pretty competitive map throughout the whole entire series so far.
More than definitely, but just looking at the teams here, it appears that there's someone who's definitely not there, having only 3 on the side of Triple Wiper Meta. It seems that they are going to only be running Triple Wiper and nothing else.
Yeah, this is hopefully it's not a 4v3, but you know, it's the first time here with me. I might forego the rule set here, but yeah, Dynamite Gal, they do unfortunately lose that map too, but there's a lot of support here in the Twitch for Dynamite, but as well the other squad. So a whole bunch of people rooting for these 2 squads, as their communities really want to push them forward to that next winner's bracket position.
It'll be absolutely even footing here, as I honestly have no clue who might make it to that final bracket here. With a amazing 3v4 coming. Let's see. We have we have 1 player missing. It seems like they did not make it to the game in time.
No worries. Maybe a 3v4 possibility could be on our hands, but our production did end the battle. Great decision there by our prod, as a 3v4 wouldn't be as fair.
It's a thing that you see a lot happen in S3 though. Even in the open games, the games might not end immediately if the first minute has passed. having a lot of 3v4s in the open can be definitely painful because of how the disconnecting system may work and just the amount of players that will shockingly rage quit upon the most slightest unfortunate thing happening. But it's okay, it's a video game, so it's not like it's anything to lose or lose your temper over.
Right. You know, I think I could most definitely say a player that is somewhat rage quitting on the game so far that literally just got introduced. XQC joining the Splatoon scene. Not the competitive scene just yet, but he's building his way up. If we could see XQC in some like comp tournaments, that would be absolutely wild. Just imagine what that would be for his fan base and every single player up in like the Splatoon community. But here we go. We're gonna be running this one once back again, as this might just be the battle ended once more. And so we're still waiting for that one player.
A double DC happening now. Normal DCs are common, but you don't typically see one back to back. We might have to have a new host here, because it just seems like the Wi-Fi from either the host or just the players today are off, and I'm hoping it's leaning towards the players, as I would hope that our host Wi-Fi has like Ethernet or something. I don't know, man.
I hate you.
Yeah, maybe like somebody pulled the Ethernet cable underneath the desk and was like, yoink, you're out of here. Yeah, there's a whole lot of hypothesis here, but both members of all the teams here being up on screen here. 2 on Fashion, 8 players up in the lobby here. Ray as now I think we're ready for this one. Lucky 3's the charm.
Hopefully we do actually get to see gameplay this game and not an immediately disconnection. I wonder if what will happen mid-game, as it seems that the teams definitely do have their comps already figured out.
Let's see what happens here. The flames up on one side. I still love that. That is so absolutely creative. As Splat's there with the ink brush. This one squad is going to try and prove it all here, as even with the little bit of technical error, they might have honestly a good start here if you're the blue squad.
Now it seems that the brush is just really always trying to get that flank off, and they just go undetected in that bottom right area, which could really be a problem for Triple Wiper meta here, with the Gal getting a pick off on one of the members and really just helping their team just push forward here with all the pressure that it can apply. With the Kraken about to come out more than likely to hopefully get them up on the flat.
Ooh, they do Splat Dragon here if you are Dynamite Gal. So a special does get popped here from Dynamite as Geo gets splatted here. It's a 4v2, now a 2v2. 2v1 here up in the action, up only the first minute in this map as the football does reach the baskets.
It does seem that they managed to score, but I don't know if that'll be enough and if it was worth the sacrifice, as they had lost almost their entire team just to get that one small push in, and it'll possibly give Triple Wiper meta the chance to push back and get an even stronger lead off of the mistake.
Yeah, so much clams in hand here as the Reef Slider goes up in. Just kind of get much. No, that one squad of Triple Wiper meta, they're going to be falling short here to Dynamite Gal, as Dynamite Gal might be trying to want to flip this one, but Hyperfresh says absolutely no to that one with the Nautilus, as maybe Hyper just wants to stay Hyper. No, gets killed.
It just seems like constant back and forth with a bomb coming at the wall to kill the Gal. Always an unfortunate death to see, but still a absolutely fair one. A very smart play possibly from Wiper meta if they thought about doing that specifically. Now it seems that the Dynamo is really just holding back the space here. Even though it might not seem like they're not doing much, it just absolutely locks them out of that bottom right area that they really want to get into. The slider coming, 4 clams, jeez!
Oh, yeah, and you just get to see the pick there up on Dynamite Gal falls short. But, oh, wait, this is a crazy flip. Dynamite Gal. Wow, this is wild. As now they're just flipping the territory, and now they're just pushing the basket. They're like, hey, let's just be all up in your faces here.
It just seems that Triple Wiper that sorry, that Dynamite Gal is always just ready for that counter push that they might need, as they do take back the lead right here, but it has always been close, with one Super Ball always just being needed from both sides in order to take back that lead, the very small one that they do gain from this push, but a lead is still a lead at the end of the day.
Yeah, Dynamite Gal setting up in the lead so far with 70 remaining with that plus 10. Tiff does get eliminated here, as you get to see Triple Wiper meta with a pick there or two. But if I'm being honest here, Ray, you might get to see Dynamite Gal come back with a special.
It'll have to be a very smart one used, as they do miss a ball, unfortunately, but they do get the chance to score it back in for the Triple Wiper meta. Not looking very good for our Dynamite Gal here. As he said, they might need a very strong special to push them back in order to stop this push, but they just keep scoring. Even though it's a life down, just getting that stronger lead can be really valuable.
Yeah, so much progression play here on that offensive tactic style that Triple Wiper meta is familiar with. As I've said, we got to see it there up in that 2-0 sweep in the first game that they were highlighted up on today's stream. And hey, they might just be doing it again here against Dynamite Gal. But now this could be the comeback brewing for Dynamite Gal, as they have two specials up online. One getting popped right now, the Ink Brush getting taken out. Crack it up online here from Curbs, just trying to find the roller. But I don't know, Curbs, you might just need to go back and try and play some safe.
It just seems that immediately after the Kraken, they just got too confident, and they tried to stay up there, but they got punished almost immediately. They really need to focus here, as only 30 seconds being left in the game is not looking good for our Dynamite Gal here, as a very strong lead has been taken, needing over 3 balls in order, complete balls, in order to retake that lead. And it might not be possible just from Dynamite Gal alone, as the clams on the map might not be sufficient, or they might not even get the chance to go to the basket in the first place.
All right, Curbs, this is your second chance with that Kraken to see what happens here. Ink Brush Alt does get popped here on the side of Dynamite Gal. Curbs wants to go really, really quick with this one. Can they find a pick, as that overtime is now ticking for their squad? Only one football up online, Ray, so they need to be playing this one extremely tactical. But it's not going to matter, as it does hit the basket. But do they have players there to land anything up in that? I don't think so, Ray, as now that timer is just going to tick to 0. And now you're going to have Triple Wiper meta ahead of Dynamite Gal.
This still has been a very close game, as Triple Wiper meta did get that very strong push, but there are still opportunities for our Dynamite Gal to push back and hopefully take it back. However, they were just stopped completely by Triple Wiper meta, just having that eyesight and overview of the map, just being able to constantly see what they're doing and stop it from happening. Even the Kraken, small mistakes like that can just absolutely lead to a game ending.
Yeah, absolutely unfortunate there from the side of Dynamite Gal. I feel like if they were to be playing that a little bit more passive, as we did get to see them be super aggressive there from the start, maybe that was the reason to why they lost that one against Triple Wiper meta. Maybe they were too aggro in their playing field against Triple Wiper. But Dynamite Gal still up in the series. They're not out of it yet, as this is still a great winner's bracket match. If a team does lose, Ray, I need you to confirm this. Do they go to a lower bracket?
They do in this tournament, in this style of tournament. It is double elimination, meaning that if a team loses, they instead go to loser's bracket. And if they do get to the grand finals of the loser's bracket, they actually get a chance to retake the tournament and win. But they do need to win 2 sets back to back against the winning team, while the winning team only has to win 1 without performing the bracket reset.
Alrighty, let's see what happens, Ray. One team needs to match that neutral scoreline, possibly making it 2-2. But map 4 starts now with all the players up in the lobby here.
It seems that a lot of the team is just in that top right area. That Dynamo is really stopping anyone from going top left. The Brush going down really early on the side of Dynamite Gal, not looking the best, as they've lost a lot of their pressure just off of that. The Dynamo on Dynamite Gal just getting zoned out, and Pincer just dying and unfortunately just burning that cooler since most of their team won't be able to push.
Yeah, triple wiper meta ready to go with the Reef Slider. Dynamite Gal taking so much numbers of damage to their squad. As if you are triple wiper meta, you're saying, hey, we're not flipping this point towards you. Not just yet until you show some aggression. Fly, as that defense, it's been lacking here for Dynamite Gal. So I'm really curious to see what happens. Splats with the special. Does it find much? Oh, it does get Dragon.
It does get one, and they just seem to turn a blind eye to the brush, possibly just flipping the zone here. Very unfortunate and confusing play from Triple Wiper Meta. Just, for some reason, just completely forgetting about the brush, just letting them take back that lead with the Dynamo, and everyone just respawning as of now.
Yeah, Dynamite Gal helping the lead here. Well, in the lead for the progression, I should say. 63 counting. Kraken used. Curbs getting that pick. 55 and counting here, more for Dynamite Gal. They do lose control. One side's trying to flip it over for themselves here. Triple Wiper Meta almost had that flipped for themselves, but Dynamite Gal still holding this one high as they really want to push it to that 29. Can they do it right? No, they get stopped as Triple Wiper Meta. Now they are back up in the hand.
Triple Wiper Meta has always just been able to really flip that zone when it is necessary, and they did it once again, just always having the resources available in order to do it. And it seems that it is now time for them to demonstrate their very strong defensive capabilities once again, just really keeping all of the narrow points down and always having eyes on every person. With their Wiper going down, but they will be back extremely fast because of the cooler. Getting two with the Reef Slider.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. And they still find another pick, right? Up on the Sherby. So honestly, Triple Wiper Meta, they're making some great plays here for their squad. The final 5 remaining. It's not even gonna matter as Triple Wiper Meta, they take the series 3-1 against Dynamite Gal.
Very good game from Triple Wiper Meta here. They were just able to always hold down that defense. They were just able to do it perfectly at all times. It just seems like they always had it down, and even when things were seeming to finally look gloomy for them, they managed to retake and push back Dynamite Gal again and just knock out right then and there.
Yeah, absolutely incredible here from both of the two teams. But Dynamite Gal, they're not out of this tournament yet, Ray. Just like you said, there is a lower bracket to the tournament format. So even though that they did lose to their component in that winner's bracket that they just played here, that triple, it's not over yet for them. Dynamite Gal can still make a great running in the lower bracket. I much do believe. Don't you do, Ray?
I definitely think that they could possibly bring it back around and potentially see another rematch against Wiper Meta, Triple Wiper Meta, and Dynamite Gal. But it really just depends on how well and consistently they can play. As we did see, their defense was a little bit lacking in what it needed to be in order to stop Triple Wiper from finally just pushing them back and retaking the zone. But they could turn the tides and just possibly get to the final part of losers bracket and once again rematch the team that they had originally lost to.
Yeah, mistakes happen here every now and then in competition tournaments, even in the big ones like the professional ones. But even in tournaments like these, there are always hard tasks to complete. So we will get to see, though, if Triple Wiper Meta can stay up in the winner's brackets, and also see if Dynamite Gal could push their way back to possibly that final spot. It's been me and Ray up on the broadcast. Don't miss out up on what's next, people, because it's about to get even more intense with the more matches to come. Alrighty, everyone, welcome back to this matchup here, our winners bracket finals, triple wiper meta, who we've seen basically in 2 matches so far. This one about to be the 3rd up on stream for them, taking on the Chud Maxers, which I have previously seen with Ray, but now I am joined here by Tuhao, which me and Tuhao are going to be bringing you some great Splatoon commentary action.
Yeah, I've had faced the Chud Maxes before in the Milk Cup. They're very good. They have a very strong Octobrush player, and they just have strong members on every team. They have a good leader. Everything about them is good. I think they actually won Milk Cup yesterday. Let me check.
Yeah, I mean, if they won a cup, that's fire. Oh, they did? W.
Yeah. And then triple wiper meta, I know, I mean, from the name, I think they're gonna have triple wiper, which is something else, but might work. I don't think so, because Chud Maxes is pretty good.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to see.
Curious to see what happens here with the Chud Maxers taking on triple wiper meta, which we have gotten to see the Chud Maxers in the last series up on stream take on Hello Chudlings, and it was a 2-0 sweep in their first ever matchup in this tournament so far. Up in the round 1 and the round 2, it was all 2-0s. But their last matchup in the winners bracket semis, it was a 3-1. And that was the same score that Triple Wiper Threat did finish out with Dynamite Gale. So both the two teams could be very likely even here. But looking at the numbers of rankings, I think the Chud Maxers might possibly make more at the max win statement here.
Yeah, Chud Maxers, I already said it, but they're very good. So on this map, there might something good might happen on this map. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I've seen Chud Maxers open on this map before, and it was very strong. They just destroyed the other team, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah, Chud Maxers, they were maxing it up on Mahi Resorts. I'm curious to see, though, what the style is going to be with these two. How will they be coming out aggressive? Will they be playing a little more passive into their aggro play? Who knows? We haven't gotten to see them match up against each other yet here in this bracket, so it will be the first time that they will be. It's all been a winner's bracket so far, as we do have a lower bracket matchup, but that won't be till the lower bracket finals. So it's still a long ways to go until the end of this.
Triple wiper meta, I'm gonna say it's a triple wiper meta. Just run triple wiper, bro. Something, they have to be like godly to win. We'll just have to see.
So what you're saying is triple wiper meta is gonna be running triple wiper?
I mean, it's in the name. I don't know why they'll make the name triple wiper if they're not gonna do it. Gotta be like truthful to their word, you know.
Maybe this is a team that's trying to troll other teams with a name. Maybe they're like, they want to think that, oh, they're running triple wiper. Let's run something into that that's gonna counter. But I don't know. Maybe they will do something like that too, huh? It would be funny to see that happen and also see them dominate with the triple wiper, because how much times do you get to see a triple wiper meta team like that with triple wipers dominate?
Don't ever see it, basically. I mean, I know 2 players on the team. I know they play wiper. One of them is like 30-star wiper, and the other one just plays it. I don't know the other 2, but it's just these 2 play it. You might actually have to see triple wiper coming out.
Well, I can't wait to see what happens here with you two, how, especially with these 2 teams. They've already had a great run here in this winner's bracket to make it to this winner's bracket final. As the lower bracket, we do have a little bit of time to talk about it. Dynamite Gal is taking on Wonderland right now, and that was the previous team that we just got to see up on stream, and they are currently 0-1 against Wonderland. So, tough start there for Dynamite Gal, but we got these two teams right up in front of us, and if Triple Wiper wants to do the same thing that they just did to Dynamite Gal, they most definitely can here with a extension of a series to possibly that Game 4 victory.
Yeah, on Dynamite Gal, they have a very strong brush. It just like kills everything, and then they have a strong dynamo, so they might be able to win losers bracket and then climb their way back up after grand finals.
I can see that happening. It could be a rematch of the winners bracket semis, possibly if Triple Wiper Threat can move on to the grand finals to take on possibly Dynamite Gal. But it's all dependent upon if Wonderland keeps this phase of events going on into their team right now, because they are up ahead. So the losers bracket could shape up into different stories. I've seen it in multiple tournaments, but there's a lot of pressure whenever teams do go down there, right? They don't want to lose. They want to try and stay in this mental phase in their heads and say, hey, we got this. We can stay up in this tournament and we can push even further than what we can. But yeah, it's very hard because a lot of pressure is up on the shoulders of the team. So I'm curious to see if Gal can push out towards that pressure and even at 1-1 to that neutral scoreline and then take the series 2-1. But it's the lower bracket, so I can't say very much so here because we're not seeing the lower bracket until the lower bracket finals.
Seems like Dynamite Gal did it go 0-2 to Wonderland's X Showtime, which will be an unfortunate loss. On the loser bracket semis now, we're gonna have possibly Seed 1 versus Seed 3, and then that will lead into the semis. We'll just have to see who will win the semis.
So it seems to be our right-hand side team will be the Chud Maxers for viewers at home, and Triple Wiper Meta will be up on our top left of our screens for the viewers at home. And yeah, I mean, I've already gotten to see Triple Wiper Meta 2 times already this tournament in their playstyle. But if you had to say any predictions to how, do you think Triple Wiper Meta can keep this aggression phase going for their squad, or do you think it's going to fall short to possibly the Chud Maxers here?
Chud Maxers might have to take it because they have like a leader who's very good at. They're just like, I don't know, bro. I fought against them. They just hit like every shot they made. We couldn't do anything against them. So I think that's gonna be Chud Maxer's strongest weapon, along with the brush. I'll just like help them win.
Well, we just heard it here, folks. Duhal going for Chud Maxers. I might also need to go for Chud Maxers too because of that max win. XQCL not mentioned here. But here we go. Splat Zones being our first game mode here in the resort. One team being up on the left, one team being up on the right. So let's see what Chud Maxers could do to the other opposing squad.
Seems like the brush Shinigami is on bucket today, and it seems like Triple Wiper Meta is not staying true to their name, which is kind of unfortunate. And not manages to get one before falling in the water, but it looks like Chud Maxers have control. They have strong stance on this map.
Yeah, amazing stuff here from the Chud Maxers. They are using a E leader. Let's see what happens here, though. They have the special up in hand. 2 specials up online, one getting used right now. The Chud Maxers want to max their way forward up into this one. Still pushing even more into the territory of this orange squad. As, you know, they're not going to stop it. They're just going to keep on going, and this story is not going to end for them just yet.
Oh, Dynamo does try to shark, but the 52 is just on them at all times. I mean, yeah, the Chud Maxers are very dominant here, but we could do a retake with Reef. Counter Reef. Hammer comes out. Oh, yep. Retake. It does get
Oh,
strength.
but there it goes. It
Yep.
flips right back to how they have the Chud Maxers back up in action. You have the slam down here for the Hyperfresh special. Oh, but Hyperfresh getting taken out. You gotta be careful here if you're both the two teams. Pretty curious, though, to see what happens here with the Chud Maxers. Even though that this one will flip, I think there's going to be a lot of pressure here now up on their shoulders.
Yeah, I think one goes down from the 52, but the hammer was immediately there to stop it. And now Reef comes out. I think they're trying to cap. They get, oh my god, 3 down. Just the Dynamo in mid. And Chud Maxers does regain control. Yeah.
Here goes Chud Maxers with this 45 and plus counting. Let's see what happens here, as they want to just push this down to that +0 for themselves to move forward ahead of that 15. Hyperfresh here above the other opposing squad. It does get taken out as you get to see the Chud Maxers in the lead here. It's a 3v2 scenario up on the blank bench. Like there goes the Reef Slider. Does it find much? I think you are still seeing the one side up in control here, but it goes back to the regular statement number.
Yeah, I mean, anything they do just gets shut down. It's like triple wiper meta is like walking on eggshells whenever they're in a hole. Like one mistake just leads to a complete retake, then they lose control. I think we're about to see it here. Yep, only one person alive, and they lose Reef, and it's already back in the favor of Chud Maxers here.
Alright, so the Chud's up in the lead here for the Chud Maxers. You get to see the special up online here, one being up on Chud Maxers. 78 remaining though for Triple Wiper Meta. It's going to be very interesting to see up on how they take this one back. They need to aggress here pretty quickly. 13 and counting down. Oh no, Triple Wiper Meta. There's no hopes and dreams for the squad, as now it's a game-win finish here for the Chud Maxers.
That was just a dominant game. Whenever Triple Wiper Meta tried to push, one person went down on the side of them, and then Chud Maxers took the opportunity and just retook it and won from that. Very strong game one from Chud Maxers.
Absolutely, Tuhao. I fully agree with you here. And now I wonder how Triple Wiper Meta is going to try and get back up into this series. It's going to be maybe... I want to say that they will try and push for a map 5, because to be honest, they have those players that could push that aggression forward for their squad, but seeing that played there up on the first game of the series, it was very one-sided in one of the team's favors.
Yeah, that's the power of Chud Maxers. We're probably going to see it in the second round. Let me see what the second max map is. TC Undertow might be a bit stronger for Triple Wiper Meta. They have... Actually, I think Chud Maxers will still have it in this match too. You might see 3-0 sweep.
Could honestly happen here in our upper bracket. Let's see though if a 3-0 sweep is possible. Reef Slider could be the opposition special that could dominate or detonate a hopes and dreams for this squad. But we all know how much damage that does. We all know what other ultimates have so much damage, but in this, they all play the same thing. So I bet all the players are going to be pretty familiar to what they're going to be heading up into against.
Yeah, if the brush stays on Bucket, then they're going to have Dread and Bucket, which means they'll have GG strikes and they'll have Reef when the time, if the time comes that it's in overtime, they'll have to capture the tower. But we'll just have to see here.
Let's see what happens here up on our secondary map of the series. One side up on the left and one side up on the other. It is currently 0-1, and Shinigami might want to be trying to press some more here for their squad.
I'll mention about the comps. Triple Wiper meta. I like the double sword with Wiper and sword, but I don't think it will work on this map. We'll have to see. The Dynamo's trying something for left. I think they're trying to get a pick. The brush doesn't even. Oh! They get two from
The crazy
Dynamo,
play.
and then
Ooh.
is on a rampage, getting three. Let's see if they can get a quad. They do, man. It's assist. It's basically a quad. It's time for the retake. And Chud Maxer.
Yeah, here goes the Chud Maxers sitting at 66% and counting down, as it's only been a minute so far. So you've already pushed 34. So that's a lot of push. But I'm really curious to see what happens here with Triple Wiper meta, as the composition, it's very more favored in this Chud Maxer squad.
Yeah, they have like many AoE. They only have two AoE weapons, but the other weapons can capitalize off that. Like 52 just complements Octobrush and Dynamo pretty well, and E-Leader just gonna be E-Leader and taking care of people when the time is right. You see
Great
here,
checkpoint getting taken here.
yep,
Sorry to cut you off, too, Hal. But Shinigami trying to find a pick.
doesn't look like they can get any, and they're gonna start into the enemy battle. But Brush does manage to get one. I think they're gonna try to get that blaster, even with the triple splashdown from Triple Wiper meta. Yep, playing right there. That's the thing about Brush. Like, it always can get one before it dies. And that's kind of the same with Dynamo too. So they just have that trade heavy. And the Gerson
Absolutely.
It's
Ooh, you get to see No up on the cuddle here. Now you get to see this Chud Maxer squad possibly push up to that 66, as one is up on the tower so far right now. Let's see if they could push it to that 59. One special up online here for the Triple Wiper meta. Doesn't get pops, doesn't find numbers.
That's nice. The Wiper got one with the hammer throw and then another trade with that 52. I think the sword they're going to try to, there's no one there, but oh, that was a nice trade from sword to Dynamo. But as you can see, Chud Maxers, if one of your teammates are dead, it'll just be bad for you, because they're just going to retake. If you get like another, then you have to reset from mid.
Okay, let's see what happens here. Now they're pushing it back to where they wanted to push it here. The Chud Maxers possibly could still be up in the lead here, depending upon how this fight goes and how it pushes back here for Triple Wiper meta. At 51, possibly counting more here to how, as now they're past the checkpoint too, and they might just want to add a little more to that 47.
It looks like it as the Kraken comes out, and the Wiper can't really do anything, but there are double teams surrounded by swords, and they do manage to get it. They can't find a third, but they do get ore in the process. That's the power of that Octobrush for you.
Absolutely. One more minute remaining in between these two squads in our map 2 here of this series. The Chud Maxers up on top here, 1-0. The splashdown does find No, but Shinigami able to get the pick here. 40 final seconds here now. Trade for trade actually happening up on 2. But now you just get to see the tower get taken, but they get the elimination. Now you might honestly get to see the Chud Maxers hold this lead possibly in the last 25. They're not going to stop here too, how, as these 20 seconds are now going to show to see if Triple Wiper meta can come back.
Alright, so here they're going to try to take second check. That Brush is trying to do something, and they do get one, but I think they're going to be stopped very soon. Yup, that Dynamo just puts in work. Oh wait, the push might get stopped here. One jump.
Oh, So
Chud
unlucky.
They do manage to take the second game. I think the 3-0 sweep is possible.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you here too, how a whole bunch of aggression coming out from their players in their roster, from the Chud Maxers into this triple wiper meta team. But now, if you're triple wiper meta, it is a endgame kind of like reverse sweep scenario here for you. You have to climb up the hill, now you gotta push to that map 5, and you gotta get a win after a win after a win to have that reverse sweep happen. And seeing up on how we just got to see that secondary get played from their squad, it was still very favored up into the Chud Maxers scene, as they were having some really great potential picks on towards Triple Wiper. And if you are Triple Wiper, maybe you want to just try and strategize your positioning more here into the opposing squad, right? Because if they overfeed to how, that is where those two critical mistakes are going to be happening.
Yeah, that match was much more back and forth than the last one, though, as Triple Wiper meta is slowly learning how to counter Chud Max. In the third match, I think Triple Wiper meta might have to now get their act together. I think they'll be able to win this one. That's just my prediction, though, is what I think. They have to be careful, though, around many threats in the team.
Absolutely, I fully agree with you here, but it's going to be a very hard uphill battle, as it's been super competitive with both of these two. They obviously want to move on to that next phase in that upper bracket, and who doesn't want to move on, right? As we already have one team, 2-0, but they might just be pushing for the 3-0 here. As the Chud Maxers, as I said it here before, they might just be pushing for the max win.
I mean, we'll see if it will be able to happen. I think they can at least get one win on Chud Maxer. But let's see if they can reverse sweep it right here now.
Alrighty, here we go. Game 3 on the line. Match points here for the Chud Maxers. Triple Wiper meta needs to come back immediately in this series to stay alive for their hopes and dreams. Let's see what happens here as both the teams are rolling out to face each other here.
Fortunately, we're still not seeing Triple Wiper meta coming from Triple Wiper meta, but their Singular Wiper is doing pretty well. Finding 2 off the bat, that's going to be a strong early lead. And let's see if they can manage to score in that time. Oh, try stops it. But now, it's just the Dynamo. And the Noah is coming up. They managed to find one. And now it's a good scenario for Triple Wiper
Very
meta.
much so. Yeah, Triple Wiper meta now here. Trying to find the opening opportunity here. They do have some numbers with that Nautilus. Shinigami, oh, does get the pick here. Up onto Hyperfresh. Maybe once more. Oh, no. Shinigami, you're dead. But you still have a special here if you are Geo. So just play that one careful if you are Triple Wiper meta. Because now you got 2 against a team that doesn't even have a special just yet.
Yeah, I mean, they both have Reef and Hammer, which could make them a very good opportunity to get some power clams and or a C here. And they also have Splashdown. Triple Wiper meta. 2 do go down. I think that'll be the end. Yeah, they could
The end for sure. I agree with you too, Hal. But even with these 3 minutes and 30 seconds here left up in this one, you might get to see that E-Leader find some crucial picks to make this team move forward for the Chud Maxers. They are 2-0 up here against Triple Wiper meta, but seeing up on how this one has been going, now it's up in the favor of Chud Maxers because they are the ones that first scored.
Alright, so once again, Chud Max just having early lead. I mean, this is just a ball and a clan. We'll get rid of this, but the brush tries shenanigans, cancels the hammer, and they do go down, unfortunately. This could be a chance to score, but that's where the E-Leader comes into play. when you think you can push, the E-leader just stops you in your tracks.
Absolutely. 80 remaining here for the squad of the Chud Maxers. Still leading this with a match point of 2-0. Let's see what happens here. Special up online here for the... Ooh, wait, no, we're not even going to say it because this is a trade after trade. Now it's a 2v1, and the team does have... Oh, now it's going to be 70. Wow.
The brush is getting behind the basket. This is solo queue tactic. And Wiper tries to stop it. They get one, but they can't get another. I mean, now it's 70, which is more than 80, but still able to be come back from. They have 3. Triple Wiper Meta has 3 balls at their disposal. They could get a very nice lead with this if the opportunity presents itself. But another ball comes in from Chud Maxer's side. Triple Wiper Meta cannot stop them. They're on a roll today. 42. I think they'll be able to get a bit more. Yup. I think Inkbrush was the play here.
100%. And with that remaining 33, maybe they want to push a little more. No, the basket is going to close here. So with that remaining 33, they will have a plus 23 in towards their opponents. But you get to see one fall down here. Now Shinigami wants to press the attack. Falls out short. The Nautilus... Oh, now you get to see 2 footballs up on the side. So yeah, if you triple wiper meta, you've got to be playing this one pretty smart. You're down here up in numbers. You need to be putting so much points to the back of this Chud Maxer squad.
Speaking of putting so much points, they do score their 3 footballs. They just need 2 more clams to take the lead. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be happening. Now this, from those 3 balls, it does very much put the game back into anyone's hands. If they just score 2 more balls on the side of Triple Wiper Meta, they could take the lead. But the offense from Chud Maxers might be too strong. We'll just have to see.
Absolutely. Final 25 seconds here in between the Triple Wiper Meta team and the Chud Maxers. Maybe this is the chance for Triple Wiper Meta to get back up into this one for their squad. But here goes the Chud Maxers with 2 footballs up on 1. Oh, another one. It's going to hit it. So the barrier now only a plus 3 with the final 5 seconds. I don't even think it's going to matter here for the Triple Wiper Meta squad, as now that overtime, it's ticking. There's only 1 football up online here for Triple Wiper Meta, and with the numbers that they're losing with their players, now it's going to be a shortened answer. Will they even be able to get this one pushed all the way? The Reef Slider up and in. Oh no. Too slow to say so, as now you have the Chud Maxers once again having this one as a sweep.
They're on they haven't lost a single game yet. I don't think. They only lost 1 game so far, which is very good. But Chud Maxers, they just have really strong offense. I just noticed the whole game, Triple Wiper Meta was being put on defense for like 90% of that time until one push where they scored all their clams that they got from the pitties. But it wasn't enough to defeat the Chud Maxers, which will now be moving on to the grand finals, I think. Oh,
yeah, what a match here for the Triple Wiper Meta team and the Chud Maxers. Obviously, the Chud Maxers here getting that 3-0 sweep against Triple Wiper Meta. But a tough competition there for Chud Maxers, even though if it was a sweep. But the Maxers moving on to the grand finals with their max win here against Triple Wiper Meta. Everyone stick around as we have our next series upcoming, and it is going to be much more possibly closer in the last couple matches in this tournament.
We're going to be...
Welcome back, everyone. I am joined by Tuhao, and now we have our lower bracket finals with triple wiper meta that we just got seen sweeping by Chud Maxers, and now they're taking on Shrimp on Sale at the next exit. Don't we just love that name? That is absolutely fantastic.
We have some nice names here. Triple wiper meta, misleading name. Shrimp on sale at the next exit. Pretty long name. I hope there's triple wiper this time. It's for at least the first round, one of the rounds, bro.
You know, with the name, I just don't think it's gonna happen. I know that it says triple wiper meta, but it's just not gonna happen. I just don't think. With how they've been playing, I think they're gonna just stick with what they have, right? Because they're used to playing it. They've been used to playing it the whole entire bracket so far. But with them being in this loser's bracket, maybe they switched something up. Maybe we don't know. But yeah, Shrimp on Sale, I think this is going to be a very tough opponent for them. They've had a great run up in the lower bracket so far, and maybe there is Shrimp up on sale. And maybe triple wiper meta is the Shrimp.
We'll have to see. Going into the first game, which would be Zones, Barnacle, and Dime. I know Wiper is pretty strong on this map. So, I mean, we could see triple wiper. There's still a chance. Possibly.
Can't wait to see what happens here up on a Barnacle and Dime. Players getting ready here up in the lobby so far. Hyperfresh could be a critical player for this triple wiper meta squad, as we've gotten to see it from games in the series that they have been playing. But I'm really curious to see what Shrimp on Sale has in action, as this is the first time that they are up on stream here tonight. So let's see what happens. We launch ourselves up in the Splat Zones for this best of 5 series with Shrimp on Sale on the next exit, taking on triple wiper meta. Here we go, folks. They're walking out the spawn doors, and now they're heading towards the Splat Zone.
Triple wiper meta, I mean, it's like bargain bin. Decav is like wiper and slow and bigger hitbox, but it's basically plays similar to wiper, so it's like 1.5 wiper. The blaster is going to be very good both for dualies and for tank, and there's a wipeout from the side of triple wiper meta, and they're now just in their base causing havoc. Hammer comes out, and now everything comes out. They're just trying to stall them in their base. Get a pick maybe. No, they do go down. But that's very nice.
Absolutely. That is so nice for triple wiper meta here, as they still got the Splat Zone in hand, right? They're leading here, but it does get stopped at 49. They lose control here. Maybe this is the Splat Zone flip here for Shrimp on Sale. Let's see what happens. Oh, now you're losing numbers here if you are triple wiper meta. And now Shrimps, they are now up on the table.
I would be pretty sad if I was playing Tent against these people. I mean, they have Splatanas which can shred it. And Decav, I used to play Decav. You can like go through the Tent shield at the right time. And Blaster can like use AoE. They also have Hammer. And then Dynamo can show. So it's just, I would not be playing Tent on this map, even if I was a Tent player.
Oh, Brutus with a crazy pick there up on to Hyperfresh. So we get to see the special getting popped here. Dragon there up on the low. Dragon wants a pick. Oh, doesn't find much. And now you have a triple wiper meta in a kind of a slow phase right now against Shrimp on Sale at the next exit. So Shrimp right now as a team, they're doing pretty well contending against triple wiper meta, but there goes the splashdown. It's up on the Splat Zone, and triple wiper meta, they want to still have this one up in their hands here, T-How, because if it flips for them, oh, they're not up in control no more.
That 10, even though the comp is against them, is playing very well. I saw they got like a double kill earlier. It seems Hyperfresh wants to get some sort of nonsense happening. They do get one pop bubble. I think they'll be able to get 2. I don't think they will, never mind. But they did get retake, which is very helpful, all because of that decav going on left street.
Let's see what happens here. Plus 20 and decreasing here for this triple wiper meta team. Shrimp on sale. This could be a possible comeback for them, but triple wiper meta, now they want to build towards that 42 as they do take the lead here, but they're losing numbers in players. Shrimp on sale, this is your time to shine. They're back up in control, and now they're sitting at that plus 20 as it's decreasing to that 42 remaining.
Alright, now it seems like they're gonna try something with the AoE combo of Blaster and Dynamo, and one goes down on both sides, the second goes down on Shrimp. The triple splashdown comes out, and the Blaster is wreaking havoc. They might get even more. Yup.
Look at that! I mean, it's almost a full-on team wipe too out. Got 38 remaining here with this plus numberage. Let's see what happens here for triple wiper meta. Maybe this is their moment to retake the lead here in these last minutes here with the opposing squad. Gio wants to find something here possibly, but let's see what Cuddle could do as we are specking almost with the special up on hands. One special online, 2 specials up online, 1 getting used, but they do lose control. They're finding picks though, in this last 35 seconds, it is all competition.
We'll have to see if the lead of 1 point from the side of Shrimp can be maintained, and it does look like they're going to lose lead here. Yep, they go down. They're losing lead by quite a lot here, but they're going to retake very soon, but the loss of points by 10 is unfortunate. But now, we're about to go time. Triple Wiper is gonna have to do some like shenanigans with triple splashdown for an insta cap if they don't want the match to continue. And that hammer has to but it's over.
Dang. But what a fought battle though, too, Hal. I will say, both of the two teams, they were coming out strong. As you get to see the score there, 77-76. Pretty even here for this first game in this series of best of 5. As Triple Wiper meta, they are not out of this one yet, says Shrimp on Sale do get the win here. And maybe Shrimp on Sale had more of the upper advantage here, but I can't tell because that was a super close game.
Yeah, on that match, the 10 against the odds, they managed to get very high value in that match. And I noticed kind of that everything they did, there was people there to stop it from the side of Shrimp on Sale. So we're going to see some interesting things in Clan Blitz and Mommy Ruins. It's a good map for both Splatooners, Decav, and it's a good map for all Splatooners. So maybe, finally, we'll get to see Triple Wiper meta this time.
Hal really wants to see the Triple Wiper meta come out here against the opposing squad as, you know, Shrimp on Sale, they were matching it pretty even there with the Triple Wiper meta. But if we're talking about the composition, maybe? I couldn't tell you for sure as... you know, Triple Wiper meta with the name, I just think it's something to throw off the other opposition opponent. But that's my thought to it.
I'll be very disappointed in them, bro, if they actually don't play it, but kind of understand. But I feel like they can win with it. I mean, you can win with some crazy stuff if you're good enough. And the Wiper on their team that's been consistently on Wiper is 30 stars, so I imagine they have one good Wiper player. And then Hyperfresh is also pretty good on Wiper. So maybe at least double wiper here. Maybe.
Yeah, double wiper might be a possibility here for the squad of triple. But, yeah, I might not be too surprised, though, if they don't switch their composition. It was pretty solid into Shrimp on Cell, right? They were finding picks back and forth. Both teams of the trades were happening there and then up in this competition battle in this lower bracket. But here we go. We are in the ruins, and Clam Blitz is our mode. As here we go, folks. Will the team of Triple Wiper come back up in this one, or will it more fall short into the Shrimp on Sale?
We degraded from 1.5 wiper to now 1 wiper only. A fight between Tent and Wiper seems to be happening, and the knot is there supported. Many fights are happening all at once. One goes down on both sides, another goes down the side of Triple Wiper meta. Let's see if something good could happen right here. A ball has already been formed on the side of Shrimp on Sale.
Shrimp on Sale with Brutus online here with this ball ready to go. Just trying to find the basket. They are, as they are finding some great numbers. But here goes Brutus for their squad, as they might just be able to add some damage. Oh no, off the map Brutus goes.
They just teleport. I don't even know what happened there. They just on the grades next second they were off. The 1 second they were on, next second they were off. But they managed to only make it to 80, not being able to score any extra clams. And now it's time for the counter attack from Triple Wiper meta. They have Cooler. They don't have any specials, but Dre is pretty close to Reef.
Let's see what happens here. Triple Wiper. I want to try and add up onto this one. Remaining 100 is a tad bit worrisome, as you get to see so much in the favor up on that orange squad. Let's see what happens though. 2 specials up online. Can they find a crucial pick? Yes, they do, but the Nautilus could come back with that with the special. Caught myself there. Oh, Dragon! Able to get the pick.
The Tent tried, and the Tent just got jump scared by Dynamo. Nothing they could do there. But Kraken and Triple Splashdown are off. I think we're about to see it soon. Never mind. Both the people who had specials gets eliminated, and the Knot especially had a ball. That was a nice mind placement on the ball. This is a very good Tent player, but Dynamo just swinging everywhere. They do get one.
All right, let's see what happens with Dragon with their squad here. Geo does fall into Dragon's hands, but Geo now back up into the spawn category. 80 remaining here for this Shrimp on Sale squad. They've put in some pretty good pressure performance so far into the Triple Wiper meta team, as there one goes. The story's not over yet, as now they want to add some even more touches to this artistic painting. Happy little trees, everyone, as 57 is remaining.
We're about to see it. You already saw the counterattack, and the Splatling battle ends in a trade, and that'll be the end. They did manage to push it to 51, but 51's pretty big step up from 80.
51 remaining, plus 24, taking on the 80 remaining, and plus 10. Shrimp on Sale has something to fight back for here in this minute in 40 against this Triple Wiper meta squad. Let's see what happens though. Hyper Fresh. Ooh, you can see the Kraken go up. Does it find a pick, or is it just... Nah, you're just gonna rotate back.
That Kraken looked like it was done in a ball scoring position, but they were 1 second too late, and they do get picked off by the Wiper. But another ball does go in. The Doolies does get 2, stay in their position inside the base. They're gonna crab. They also have Aura, but 2 are on them, and it gets canceled early. That was still a good play from the Doolies.
Absolutely. I agree here too, how final minute here in the ruins. As you get to see the umbrella getting taken out here. One football up on the right-hand side, but you do get the dollies as you don't have one alive right now. It's a 4v3, but it goes up in. Now they want to add to the score, and it's taken the lead here. If you are Shrimp on Cell, 42 remaining. Do they add any more to this? So much picks on the Geo and Cuddle, and they are adding just little by little, but do they get the players there to add more numbers? No, they don't. So now it's going to be that uphill battle in the final 15 seconds of Ruins. Can Shrimp on Cell do this against Triple Wiper meta? It's most definitely possibly going to fall up into their hands here, depending if they can defend this into 2 footballs, 2 specials. But there goes the hammer. Geo wants to add something more for their squad. Overtime ticking. And now you just get to see the launch. Do they find the answer? It's in, but it doesn't go their way.
That was just emergency, or not emergency, but they both got behind them, and the lead got back and forth in the last minute with double balls coming in that last second to stop it. That's like clan blitz for you, just jumping balls everywhere. That was, I think there were 3 times they jumped the ball in that match. Yeah, 3 times. 2 of them did work.
Crazy showing there from Triple Wiper meta. Good way to come back up into this one. Now it's 1-1. Neutral scoreline. And this is exactly what we wanted to see. As now you still have Shrimp on Cell at the next exit. They were fighting their way towards that basket, but they couldn't find the answer there in the last final 5, as they only had so short little time to get that in. But the overtime was ticking, and they were most definitely just trying to find those answers, but guess who stopped them? The team of Triple. So a lot of action happening here already up in this lower bracket to how. And seeing up on how this one has already played, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think we might get to see a full-on push for a Game 5, or is it going to be something familiar like how we got to see up in our winners bracket with Triple Threat, where they do take a 3-1 victory?
Personally, if I was in the position of Triple Wiper meta, I'm up 1 game. It's Rainmaker Undertow. Triple Wiper might be tech, because Hammer could be good on this map, and if not Hammer, then Beacons could be used to get the other Wiper in. But we'll just have to see. I don't think it's gonna happen though, unfortunately. What do you think?
I feel like Triple Wiper meta might be coming back up into this one. I saw a lot of aggression there up in that game too, but here we go. We're going to be heading down towards Undertow Spillway here, and I believe I saw Rainmaker was the selected map mode here. But here we go to how it still is very possible that this series could go far, but without the 2 teams have been playing, it's been pretty strategic for us here up on the desk.
We're about to see an early pop coming from Shrimp as 2 go down the side of Triple Wiper meta, my bad. But they are back fast, and I don't think they'll be able to push the check here unless something good happens. 1 does go down, but the Wiper is behind. Oh, there's Vac. They're using Vac 10 instead of Umbrella 10. But
oh, the ink
going.
back was crazy too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of damage happened there.
I didn't even notice that at first, because but 10 is playing very well. They're about a 1. I don't think they're gonna fight the Dynamo, but now Triple Wiper meta has it, and they just get shot by that leader. You gotta always be careful of your position, because they get a second kill on the Dynamo. They do get a 3rd. This is crazy.
It is very crazy, as now you get to see this Shrimp on Cell team move forward here with this remaining 6 state. Here, let's see what happens.
Both of the teams have a vac, but the 96's vac seemed to be wasted there. Couldn't find anyone or stop anything as the leader Silva pushed it into the checkpoint. But now it's looking at to be time for a counterattack if they can find a couple of picks from the side of Triple Wiper meta. But 10 being what 10 does, it protects the dealies from getting shot. And now it's back into the favor of Shrimp on Sale.
Seems to be we might be having some production difficulties, but here we go. One lead being in hand here for Shrimp on the next exits, taking on Triple Wiper meta. Shrimp is in the lead by 60, and Triple Wiper meta not so very much. Oh, but they are building back, as I say it, almost a tad bit of a caster curse, that is. 61 now remaining here for Triple Wiper. Oh, 48. So they're slowly moving it to what they want to push for, and you get to see Dragon there. The viewers can't see Dragon, though. Just pushing up in the back line. Oh, that is scary. That is really scary.
That was a nice last minute push to get some extra points in, but I think there's going to be, never mind, the leader, the rain goes go down, there's Vac, but it's getting harassed into being killed. And now, wait, this could be the chance. Triple Wiper meta, there's more people, they don't have, the side of Shrimp does not have Vac, they only have Kraken, and Kraken cannot find anybody.
Oh, interesting. So we get to see here. Ooh, was that a froze? Okay, all right. We're just gonna gonna commentate this as if we're up on radio. I'm pretty familiar with this. Minute 30 here, up in this one, as you get to see Shrimp on Sale ahead of this triple team, and to how it's still been a very, very close one here in this minute 15. But here goes possibly one squad adding some aggression play.
Oh my, there's deaths going down on both sides. The Triple Wiper man is playing a very good defense for that 1 point lead that it seems Shrimp just cannot get over. It's 1-1. This is anyone's game, really. Looks like they're a bit more.
Oh, they aren't stopping. Dragon is pushing to it. Oh, Hyper with the ult, but it doesn't find much. The special doesn't go very so far. As now the final 30 seconds for the viewers that are listening in. Let's see what happens here, as they do have the special online here for both of the two squads. Only one, though, for both. Final 20. What is going to happen to Hal?
Oh my, it seems like they're trying to push for that one extra point. They have Vac, they have Kraken. The Kraken's been very useful so far. But the Dynamo snipes it from behind with the vertical flick. And now, oh, Shrimp on Sale, the Vac comes out, but it's not to stop. It's now 1-2 in the favor of Triple Wiper meta, winning without Triple Wiper. But if I were them, I'm up one game. It's time for Triple Wiper now, I would say. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, so for the ones at home, and maybe as well, you two, Hal, maybe you didn't notice this, but stream couldn't see the match. So what I tried doing was I tried pulling our production to the side and tried to fix it. But it's okay, you know, little critical mistakes always happen. You can't always have a stream be perfect. That's just how the streaming world is, especially up in some tournaments. But it's a question mark so far. But for the ones that are joining in, it was Triple Wiper meta that did take that last one. Is that correct too, Hal?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Triple Wiper ahead of Shrimp on Sale at the next exit. It is currently 1-2. Triple Wiper, sorry, it's 2-1. Triple Wiper ahead by 1 in that 2-1 scoreline in this series. First to 3, best of 5. As it's still a question mark here. We do apologize for the production Oh, well, we just found the answer. Our production member wasn't there. Must have been doing something, but no worries. We're all good. We should be back, though. We should be back. Game 4. Splat Zones. It is currently 2-1. It's still going to be a close battle.
We're going to see that Dynamo in a very strong position on ledge there. The 10 is pulling attention. They're going to find this. No, I think both at 1 HP, but they just can't seem to get that last bit of damage in. Now we're getting a rematch 10 seconds later, but the Gnaw wins it this time.
Yep, so here we go. We get to see this team with Hyper, Triple Wiper meta here ahead of Shrimp on Sale. Sitting at 60 now, going down. But they do lose 1. Can the Kraken find something here for this squad? They do back out of that. And now it's going to be control held here for Shrimp on Sale. As now they got to be playing careful. Even if they do have a special, I feel like if they play a little more passive into this Triple Wiper meta squad, it might pull them forward.
Yep, the zone is being contested, but there is a splashdown. However, there's only 2. I think they're going to try to drop down and do it. Nope, they're just going to go in. They don't seem to be able to cap with that, but the hammer does get 1 as Kraken comes out. And now it's just looking like kind of a no man's land in the middle of zone, but it does favor, just waver into the side of Triple Wiper meta here.
Here it goes. Triple Wiper meta still up in the lead here. Shrimp on Sale sitting at 55. Triple Wiper meta sitting at 47. Losing players here. Now you only got 1 special up online here if you are Triple Wiper. There goes the Kraken. Let's see if it finds anything. Doesn't find Geo. Geo is able to back up, but this is going to be a bad position here for one of your players up on Shrimp on Sale. And even though that they have this going forward for themselves, I think crucially that Triple Wiper meta could flip the point for themselves.
Yep. Seems they're splashdown, but it's E-Leader versus Nautilus, and Naut has much more paint than Leader. But they both provide jumps for each other, and the splashdown does come out. Doesn't manage to find anybody, but 10 is always putting in good work. And I think Shrimp will have the lead for this next segment of the game here.
Yeah, good plays here from Whale and Shrimp on Sale. They want to match this series scoreline 2-2. To make it neutral. Hyperfresh getting taken out here by the bazooka. Whale playing this one really careful. As now, Shrimp on Sale, they take the lead here against Triple Wiper meta. And they're not going to be stopping yet. They're saying, hey, we could keep on writing some more things up into the storyline. But they do find an answer if you're Hyperfresh. Hyperfresh stuck up in a corner. They need to be careful. Hyperfresh now trying to get to that splat zone. And they are the ones that are getting splatted. Only 6 more remaining. And honestly, we can just say that Shrimp on Sale just neutralized the score. 2-2.
Alright, that was a very nice game from Shrimp on Sale. Hyperfresh had triple splashdown ready at all times, but this wasn't enough to do really anything. All the specials were very crucial. Like, whenever they had splashdown ready and it was a good chance, everyone else was dead, which was really unfortunate. But on the 3rd game, which will be TC Inkblock, anything could really happen on this game. I don't think we're going to see Triple Wiper at all, unfortunately.
This might be the last hope and dream for possibly a Triple Wiper comp, right? If they win or lose, it's just going to be all the matters of what team is going to be better here. But I liked what NyQuil did there. with their special there towards the end. It really pulled their team forward in the last dire seconds. And even with Hyperfresh just trying to add that aggression, Shrimp said absolutely no way they're gonna do that and just shut them down right just like that.
Yep. We're about to go into the third match here. And I think both teams are going to stay their same comps. I said before, it's unfortunate, but it could end up working. I think the Dread player we might see Crab Dread here because it's going to be much better for TC. But, I mean, Reef is basically horizontal splashdown, so we may see it. We'll just have to see now. Going into the final game of the set, the fifth and final one.
Well, Hao, I gotta say, are you excited for this one? Because I know that the series has been pretty back and forth.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Maybe, I mean, they're like, I'm 2-2. We could lose or we could win. Maybe I'll play some triple wiper, or maybe I'll just stick to the regular comp.
Oh, I love the hopes and dreams for Triple Wiper, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But let's see what happens here. Do we get to see a Triple Wiper? No. So no Triple Wiper here. But here goes both the two teams running out of the spawn doors once more to that tower. Let's see what happens here in the final 5 minutes of the series in our final game to make this game 5 happen.
The Nautilus already goes down the side of Triple Wiper. 3 go down, it's just the Dynamo, and that shot is looking to make it 4. They do get 4, but at that point people have already started to respawn. The Z plus F scope instead of leader here is an interesting choice, but it's probably for GG strikes, just in case of an emergency. And
I like what the Nautilus has been doing here. Fresh has been playing this one pretty good for the positioning, but a nice trade there between the two. As we're getting to see Shrimp on sale now find some opening opportunities, but we just got to see a hammer to the face.
That was pretty interesting to see. The Naut goes down with the trade, and we do see some strikes. And it looks like Shrimp on sale has to play it defensive from now. And now they can, like, 2v2 those players. They managed to go down 1. And if you get... Bro, think about Dynamo and Blaster as dangerous combo. Because if you get hit once by anything, then the other one's just gonna kill you. You can't run away.
I agree. And we know how threat this is by Nyquil. They popped off up in the last, but they get eliminated right away. And now you're just getting to see the Kraken just shred the backline. And Hyper, you're alive. Well, you're lucky to be alive. A little bit of the splashdown now going back to your team here. So the final 3 minutes, very critique special gameplay here from one side so far. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's very aggro. It's also a little bit defensive. So there's a whole bunch of rotation, but Nyquil getting taken out here by Cuddle.
Here we're going to see the duelist tries to go on the tower, and we're about to see the straw jumping out. So now the game is back into control from Triple Wiper meta, and the Dynamo is looking to take bats 2v1ing that duelies, and Dynamo manages to flick 1. Let's see if they can get 2. They do get 2.
Lucky number 2, maybe lucky number 3, possibly.
3
Do they find another one up in the kill feed?
Doesn't seem to be so. That shot is just... Dynamo seems to be looking at them for a time being. I think that was the purpose of them being over there.
Oh, that's crazy. Dragon able to find once more up into the kill feed. Oh, and you get to see the trade there. But here goes the team of Triple Wiper meta. Now pushing forward as they pass the lead that Triple Zero had. Oh, but they're losing numbers. they're still adding to it. Hyperfresh playing this one pretty safely. Now they have one jumping to it. Now it's 2 up on the tower. They got to be playing careful here. A minute and 35 left for both of these two. One needs to retake the lead, and they previously did have the lead. So I'm really curious to see how Shrimp on Sail comes back up in this fight.
The Dynamo does try to get that tent, but tent just kills them, which is pretty, I mean, they were pretty low on me. But the Trizuka gets one. They were distracted. Think they'll be able to get some more. Never mind, but the shield does go out. The strikes come out. Everything is pretty off. Yep.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. This is wild. They took the tower. Now it's back. Taken. It's a literal trade for the tower. But let's see what happens. Final 35 seconds to out. One special up online for the side of Triple Wiper Meta. That could be a threat. Now 2 up online. So they're pretty stacked for this next fight. Let's see what they could do. Oh, I think something's gonna get thrown at somebody. But it misses Brutus.
Alright, so now, I mean, Triple Wiper just has to play defensive in this game. It's gonna go into overtime most likely, but no, the hammer, not the hammer, the splashdown just managed to get caught up on the grates, which is very unfortunate. This could be the comeback right here. They don't have any specials. There's a crab on the tower. I think this comeback may be possible. The Wipers who tries him, he gets shot by Trizuka. This is their last chance. Oh!
Hyper was like, no. Yeah, Hyper just like shredded whoever was up on the tower, chat. But yeah, 2-0. Now we have our winner. It's obviously gonna be Shrimp on Sail. And it was a dominant victory, I would have to say, but very, very close for their squad.
If they had gone Triple Wiper for maybe one game, they maybe would have won. But, alright, now we're going to see Shrimp on Sail versus the people who've been waiting in winners bracket grand finals, which will be the Chud Maxers.
Can't wait to see what happens here, folks. The number 1 seed taking on the number 2 seed in our bracket format. Everyone stick around, because this one you won't want to miss, with the Chud Maxers taking on Shrimp on Sail at the next exit. All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is Naya, joined by Hao, and tonight we are bringing our grand final now up into action, which it's going to be the Chud Maxers taking on Shrimp on Sale at the next exit. Let's kind of run down these rosters here, which I could easily do that. Nox, Skull, Nono, and Shinigami for the Chud Maxers, which they have been doing some max win things. But Shrimp on Sale at the next exit, you got Spencer, Brutus, and 4 in Manti. So, some pretty familiar names throughout this bracket that have been pushing their way to this grand final spots. I just can't wait to see what happens here up on our first map here, which it's going to be pretty shortly here. How, if you have a prediction coming up into this one with what you've seen with the Chud Maxers and Shrimp on Sale at the next exit, what do you think it would be?
If I had to make a prediction, I think Chud Maxer is gonna have a little harder time with this team, but I think they'll be able to secure game 1, which will be Barnacle and Dime zones, I do believe. Let me make sure. Yep, game 1 is zones, Barnacle, and Dime.
I'm wondering what we'll be able to see there. Do we see something maybe familiar to what we saw from last series that Shrimp on Sale kind of brought out with their composition? Or maybe do you think they'll kind of switch up things and try and confuse the Chud Maxers?
I think they'll be staying to what's been working. I mean, Shrimp on Sale, they have a very strong team, but I think Chud Maxers might be able to break it. We'll just have to see. I mean, what are your thoughts on this map mode? Barnacle zones, what are your thoughts on it?
I think it's going to be pretty aggressive. First off, it's going to be splat zones, right? I love splat zones. Who doesn't love splat zones? But personally, I think Shrimp on Sale is going to have that upper advantage. We've seen that they could be pretty aggressive to their playstyle. But even the Chud Maxers, they're pretty aggressive. So is this Naya saying there's still a very 50-50 coming up into this? Because I know that I've said that there and then, but is it true to the story that's about to be told? I personally feel like Shrimp on Sale at the next exit will be taking this one by a far margin, just because of what we just got to see from their low bracket run. But as well, the Chud Maxers, they've been in the winners bracket so far, and they haven't even faced anyone in that lower bracket.
I mean, I would say I would give the win for this one. I think Chud Maxers would have it, because as we just saw, Shrimp on Sale, 3-2, it was a very close set to Triple Wiper meta, but Chud Maxers just 3-0'd them. So that just shows that if Chud Maxers was able to 3-0 them, well, Shrimp on Sale 3-2, then we might see some problems coming from Chud Maxers to be able to. They might, I think they're gonna 3-1 this and not 3-0, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah, and it's also going to be really dependent upon what they're rocking with their comps, right? There could be some pretty nice counterplays to the structures that these two teams want to rock out with. But it seems to be we are almost ready to go, if I had to say. So we're so much closer to this one here. But this grand final, you all don't want to miss it here. These two teams have been fighting their way throughout the whole entire brackets, and now it's their moment to prove and tell the community here that they are the team that can do it, and they are the team that can get that championship win.
Yeah, we'll just have to see it here. Shopping spree. I think this is number 6. Yeah, this is the 6th shopping spree ever to be held. And I mean, if we see Brush on this map, it's gonna be very good. And Brush is just gonna have fun with basically the entire team, I think. But Tent might be able to deal with. No, they have 52. 52 is also going to be strong. They just have very nice aggression on this map. It'll let them take control easily. I mean, I think what's going to happen in the first game, Chud Maxer is going to take control, or they're going to have a fight from mid. Then they're going to take control, and they're just going to win from there. I believe that. What do you think is going to happen in this one?
For me, seeing it from a kind of like analyst POV, like kind of like color POV, I want to say that it's going to be dependent upon what they're going to be running out with. If a team is going to be running out with a composition that is more structured to be a lot more aggressive, maybe they can. Maybe they could be that upper hand in this one. But I can't say very much so myself. Even though that I have seen these two teams play, I still very think so that this one is going to be hard to tell just because that this is a grand final and both of the two teams have had some great runs in their matches here so far tonight. So honestly, for me, Tupao, I think it's going to be extremely close. It's going to come down to the wire, and I really don't know who's going to take it.
All right, we'll just have to see here in a few seconds. Yeah, I think Dynamo's gonna come out on Chud Maxers instead of try, because Dynamo is gonna be strong on this map because it's kind of favored, or short ranges are good on this map. But we'll have to see as we're going into game 1 of Grand Finals.
All right, here we go. Splat zones being the selected mode for the map here. Let's see what happens. It is the Chud Maxers taking on Shrimp on Cell at the next exit for our grand finals here tonight of this best of 5. Who will get the entry pick? As now there's some damage getting put into the numbers, and as we get to see it, one is already down.
An early pick is gonna, oh my, 3 are now down. As I said, my predictions seem to be correct. They have early lead. Let's see if Shrimp and Sail can maybe get a special in a pick. Speaking of that, one goes down on both sides. Now the Kraken's gonna look to cause some damage here. Let's see if they can find any. Doesn't look to be so. They have to retreat. But now everyone's here. The Zuka comes out. They do get the 52, and I think it's time for Cap to come out.
Oh, some damage there with the slider. Didn't find a pick though. But now you're just getting to see that control maybe flip forward here. Shinigami being careful. Skull also being careful here. Playing up on the defense. Now you get to see those ballistic missiles there from the special. Just hit the splat zone. But now we're going to wonder to see what happens. Is it still going to be up in the favor of that 85?
Alright, now the Reef comes out. They get one, but they get taken out shortly after in the crab, so they're looking to stay in their position. They do manage to do it. And now, for the first time, well, not for the first time, but for the first time in a long time, it seems that Chud Maxers are going to be put on defense for this one. And 2 are down, but if they can pick that dually, which they couldn't, if they had done it, they would have been able to maybe start something. But it looks like now Shrimp on Sale is looking to take a lead, but 2 go down on both sides, so it'll come down. The shot misses.
Oh, and 4 getting splatted here by Shinigami. And now you just have that ticking. The time will tell as it is flipped. But maybe this is good here for Nono's side, right? You have the special up in hand. You're ready to go for this next fight. Oh, and that's a little unlucky there.
They're at 9 now, but the cap is, they just capped it. And now the tent tries to do something, but I don't think they'll be able to. Reef comes out. There's 2 specials on the field. And they do manage to get that tent, which they popped it for, but nothing else. it seems like Shrimp is just keeping a very nice lead here, picking them off individually like that bucket, which could have been good with the strikes. But now let's see if 52 can cause some damage here.
Maxers need to be pretty aggressive with this one here if they want to try and retake this lead for themselves. They sit at the 32, but they do find a pick up on this Shrimp on Sale squad. The slider does go up in. It does get Nightwheel. Now here goes No. They want to apply some pressure here for this Chud Maxers squad. No gets taken out. Squall now pushing their way. They do find Nightwheel up in a very territorial placement, but Shinigami, they are not saying no anything up in this one, as now you just get to see more turf, and that is just going to be taken down to 0.
That was pretty unexpected. It was a pretty nice game by Shrimp on Sale. I mean, now that I've seen that, I think it's going to be anyone's game as to what could happen. They did, Chud Maxer started off with a strong start, but then a retake happened, and it didn't seem like they could get their footing back as they kept getting picked off individually.
Yeah, Chud Maxers had a good fight up into Shrimp on Sale. I highly agree. And I can most definitely say that the Chud Maxers will find that opportunity to climb back up into this grand final, even though that Shrimp on Sale does have the lead against the Chud Maxers. Anything could happen. It's Splatoon 3, and there's a lot of ways to win matches. You could literally fully rotate into the backline of the team and just absolutely surprise them. I've seen it happen before multiple times.
Yeah, the next game's gonna be TC Hagglefish, and on this one, I fought Chud Maxers on TC Hagglefish. They're very strong. They're gonna have most likely Brush, but it seems like Bucky has been doing good work, but I don't know, because I think Shinigami means Brush, so it's gonna be popped out right here, but only time will tell.
Alright, so heading up into this one too, Hal, and also heading up into this one, viewers. Let's see how this game 2 in this grand final goes. Tower control selected here. Nightwheel, Brutus, some tough opponents here for Skull and Nox. Let's see what happens here, as it is go time, and all of the players are heading right towards that mid.
I forgot to mention, but both E-Leader and 52 have opening Gambit, which is something that Shrimp needs to make sure of play around, as we do see Brush, but it seems like the leader will be trying to get even more to add on to their opening Gambit streak. Let's see if they can get a second one.
That is so disgusting. The E-Leader does find a hit, as you were just about to say, but they lose the tower.
We're now about to see E-Leader maybe get a third one, playing very aggressively. Let's see if it'll happen. Didn't see
tower here. Shinigami.
Yeah, I think they still have opening Gambit buff. They have a few seconds. I think it's over now. Yeah. It's big. That's the thing with opening Gambit. If you don't consistently get value with it, then it's pretty much useless.
We agree here. Suhao. Shinigami just wants to press the attack there. Wants to ink up as much as they can. Here goes the Kraken up into the back line. Let's see what Shinigami can do. Presses the attack here with the Kraken. Shinigami doesn't find much, but it is pulling their team forward here. Can the Chud Maxers still lead this one here with this early lead and push their way even further? As that Kraken is more onto the favor of N4, but getting pushed back here. Oh, almost off the map if you're N4, but you might get taken out. Shinigami. Oh, it was the battle of the Krakens there too, Al.
That was a life or death situation. They were like just riding on the exact edge of that tower. fighting, clinging on for life, but it does seem like Shrimp on Sale will manage to stop the push for now, as the tent does manage to get a nice kill. And it looks like they're going for a bit more, setting up mines here. Another one going left. I think they're trying to pull some attention here.
Yeah, they're playing really precautious, right? Shinigami though, ooh, saying absolutely no way to Nyquil. And then for Nox able to find the pick here with the E-leader. Oh, yo, Nox, don't do that. Nox able to find once more. And it's just too good of a play here for Nox.
Yeah, I mean, that's the power of E-leader. If you have perfect aim in E-leaders, it's like, I mean, already it's one of the best weapons. I think, like, last tournament I played, we faced a leader in every single match that we did. But that's besides the point. We're getting off traffic here. Shrimp is now going to be trying to push up the lead, breaking that first checkpoint. They're looking to get the second one as well, maybe. The Kraken blocked by the wave, by the wall. And now they do manage to get the lead.
Ooh, so the tactical are now getting popped here by No. As they want to try and take this one back here. If you are Shrimp on Sale, they do have the lead now forward for them. Mante goes down here as they are playing pretty careful. If you are this Chunmaxer squad, don't underestimate them though here. There's only a minute left, and if you are a Chunmaxers fan, they might most definitely have the hopes and dreams to coming back up into this one.
Yeah, we're about to see it right here. If they can retake that 4-point lead and make it into maybe 38, I think they'll be able to push for a little bit more. But the Kraken is coming to stop it. I think a counter Kraken might be popped in response. It is. A bomb knocks them off the tower. And now Zuka, it's specials everywhere. The Kraken tries to target 10. It has to back up though. Never mind. And Rush versus 10. Now we know who wins that scenario.
The final 10 seconds here between these two squads. One needing a victory here, but I think the time's gonna tell it here, as it's just gonna fall down short, as now that overtime's ticking, but it's a literal ticking bomb, and it blew up for one of the squads. And it blew up the hopes and dreams. But the final score line here, 61-57, as you get to see the Shrimp on Sale squad be victorious again. So now, if you are the Chud Maxers, now they have to make a really nerve-wracking reverse sweep up in this series.
They'll have to pull out like all the stops to win this, but I think, yeah, the next game is once again Undertow Rainmaker. So let's see if they'll be able to do it in game 3. Let's see if they can make it in game 4, maybe even game 5 if they're good enough.
Game 3 would be a crazy stopping moment for this Shrimp on Sale squad. If they 3-0 in a grand final, I mean, if you're any other team up in the tournament, I would be worrisome of this Shrimp on Sale team, right? Because they have some really good players to put and provide that competition towards for other teams, and they are doing it here tonight in the tournament here, as we are just about ready to go, almost just counting down to that next one. And you did say it was going to go to Rainmaker, correct?
Yeah.
What do we think that they're going to do up on Rainmaker, Duhal? Do you think it's going to be competitive as like it was, or do you think these two teams are going to clash like Titans?
I think they're going to like clash in mid, but one pick will decide whoever gets the early lead here, maybe even check. And we do see
Alrighty.
Nouveau Ink Brush, and we never seen that before on Chud Maxers. They're pulling out all the stops to win this. We still see double opening gambit. And let's begin the game 3 of Grand Finals.
Right, here we go. Can Shrimp on Sale win this Grand Finals in this Game 3? It is all dependent upon how they play this one strategically. The Chud Maxers need to build their way up with a reverse sweep. They do find maybe an entry pick. Oh, No gets taken out, and this is a good pick for N4 in the squad of Shrimp on Sale.
Now it looks like they're going to try and push that check there, but they do manage to get stopped. I do think Chud Maxers has the opportunity to reverse sweep this. I've seen it happen before in the last shopping spree I commentated, where it was down 2, but they managed to get that 3-0 after getting some momentum.
Checkpoint broken here to how, as now we're getting to see this Shrimp on Sale team not even stop, as they just want to keep on pushing with the barrier. They want to even push further. 18 remaining, 10 as they do get stopped here, but N4 gets taken out. There's a special up online here for one of the squads, and if you are the Chud Maxers, maybe this is your time to shine. Do they get the pick here up on the Brutus? It is shots everywhere. Nox misses, and Brutus gets the pick.
That was just so wonderful. And now 52 gets 2. I don't think that Shrimp can get the pop here unless, never mind, they kill 1. Yeah, they don't get the pop, but it's very nice for them. They now have Crab. They have a very nice 10-point lead that's going to be extremely hard for Chud Maxers to get, so we might be able to see them go into bracket reset this time around.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really exciting to see what happens here. Or maybe it'll be a really crazy comeback here from the Chud Maxer squad. A special up online here for the E-Leader player, Nox. Let's see what the Chud Maxers can do, as they are leading this up in picks here, too, How. So, they are also pushing this. This could be very, very dangerous, as Nono wants to take it to the checkpoint. Now it's 60 remaining for this squad of the Chud Maxers.
Now looks like the push will be stopped as a vac from one side comes out and Kraken is at the ready from that shot. All their Krakens have been very impactful. Stopping pushes, they've all had purpose. So let's see if the Kraken will do the same for this time around. Doesn't seem like it'll be popped up.
What a crazy comeback this could be for the squad for Shinigami on the side of Chud Maxers. The ways of possibilities up in Splatoon 3, it is never endless, people. Don't think the game is over just yet. What can Shinigami do here as they have that tad bit of a speed? They want to be super aggressive. Do they find the opposition? Oh, they don't! N4 lives, and now they have the Kraken ready to go.
They just collapsed on them with vac, burst bombs, and a shot from all angles. It seems that Shrimp on Sale is on a roll today. They cannot be stopped in this grand final. I think they'll be able to take it to bracket reset and win it all.
Bracket reset very much so possible here for this grand final. It might just be the repeat of the grand final. Who knows yet? This one isn't over. Just one more minute remaining. Everyone, let's see what happens. So we're going to say, Mate, oh, crazy shot there. Just a little quick peek up on the Shinigami. And here they go. This is absolutely incredible, too, Hal.
Manty's on a roll. I think they got 3 suction bomb kills in like 10 seconds. It was like 20 seconds. They now have Aura, and now all Shrimp has to do to go to bracket reset is keep it defensive for about 30 more seconds.
30 seconds will tell to see if Shrimp on Sale can make it to the bracket reset. But the numbers could possibly be going into the favor. Oh no, they lost the Rainmaker, and now the final 10. Let's see what happens here too. How will it be the victorious for the Shrimp on Sale?
It seems so. I don't think they'll be able to reach it in time as they go farther back. And that is bracket reset for Shrimp on Sale. 3-0 victory. They might be able to win it all today.
Wow, this is absolutely incredible. My first Splatoon tournament that I cast, I get a bracket reset. Who would have thought that? With Naya joining in. You know, people have said that I've caster cursed matches before. People have said that I wasn't the caster curse, and I was the curse of the other team. But who knows here? I mean, Shrimp on Sale, I did say that they could have possibly made a winning in this one to push for it towards the early start of this one. But low-key, I think my prediction did tell there. It was going to be super close even though, but it wasn't that game 5. It definitely was not that game 5. And the sweep definitely did show here for Shrimp on Sale. So I guess, Prod, do we have... Are we able to take a break? I need an update here. Nope. Okay. All right. Prod said no. All right. But yeah, we're just gonna get right up into this. They hit us with a womp womp. But yeah, this is gonna be still a crazy bracket reset here, as this one is just gonna be starting right off the bat.
We're up and going straight into Robo Ramen. One of the players in the Twitch chat said, "I don't want to do bracket reset. I want to go to bed," from the side of Shrimp on Sale, which is pretty unfortunate for them. If they're... Wow, even the caster said it's him too. So everyone seems pretty tired today. Well, let's see what's gonna happen today.
Yeah, I'm really curious here to see what happens here in our grand final bracket repeat. Remember, everyone, it is a best of 5, first to 3. So if you go 3 wins, you win. Or if you go 2-2, it's map 5. It's simple terms. Simple terms. But anyways, Suhao, looking at that last grand finals. Now we're up in the secondary stage of this grand finals, the reset. Do we see this team of players that did get sweeped come back? Do you think the Maxers can do something still for the possible, what Naya says, the max win?
I mean, I think if I was from their perspective and I got 3-0'd in grand finals, I would be like, I wouldn't be panicking because we still have one more set and they have to win 2. We the side of Chud Maxers only has to win 1, so I wouldn't have like my mental destroyed or anything. So yeah, now they're going to be playing much better, I would assume. I mean, they're already playing good, but now this is for all the marbles here. Let's see if they can...
all the marbles are up on the table here to how and viewers in this one. Let's see whoever gets the first pick. Oh, that's so big, as now it's going up into the territory of the orange.
Oh, but they do have Reef, and Dread does get 1. I think they'll be able to cap it here. Never mind, the zone's way too big for that.
Let's see what happens here. Skull wants to apply some pressure up on to Manti. The Kraken's out here for N4. N4 just circling that splat zone. You know, I will say, Shrimp on Ice, they've been pretty dominant here with their splat zone coverage. But can something happen here for these Chud Maxer squad to get back up? Oh, that was a good little retake there to stop. But N4 getting taken out. But now you just throw it right back. Skull wants to find an answer. Can Skull get up on the NyQuil here? NyQuil just playing very, very defensive. NyQuil now pushing out here. NyQuil getting picked. Nono now up onto the upper advantage. What can Nono do? Nono has been playing pretty good passively and defensively, but can they be a tad bit more aggressive for this squad?
Let's find out now. They have Reef, which could be helpful. Once they have to clear that tent first. The tent does get cleared. They'll be starting a Reef right now. Time for the retake. Instantly, they get capped. The Dooley's over here fighting alone. They do get the bucket, which is unfortunate for the side of Chud Maxers as Kraken comes out. They have Crab and it'll just be hard to retake now. But we'll have to see
Yeah,
the
shrimp
crab
on sale.
taken out.
For a second, I thought NyQuil was falling off the map there. But I forgot that that was a lower stage there. Oh, Nox with a crazy hit up on the Brutus. That was just a quick flick, as if they were playing keyboard and mouse. Nox still wants to apply some pressure, but that crazy wipe out there. And that is just going to stop everything for the Chud Maxers here.
Shrimp on sale is on a roll today. Anything Chud Maxers tries to do seems to get stopped in their tracks. They try to shred that crab, they get stopped. Let's see, the tent kills the Dread. There's only 2 left, they get stopped. It's just the E-Leader, and they won't kill that shot.
And they get Nox!
Well,
That is wild! Tuba, I honestly think we might just be getting to see another... yeah, it's shrimp on ice again. Well, shrimp for sale, not up on ice. Well, I guess you could say that they're up on ice because they're sliding to another grand final victory.
yeah, I mean, that was just everything they did, just got stopped. I think we're gonna have to see Chud Maxers change up some of their tactics if they want to win this one. They have still 2 more games left, or they have 4 games left theoretically. And let's see if they'll be able to do it on the next map, which is TC Mako.
Such a dominant showing, too, from this shrimp squad. It's gonna be a hard-fought battle, this next one, but seeing that they've already played shrimp, I would have to say that their mental could have been resetted there for that bracket, a grand final reset, but seeing them get swept against shrimp for sale, it's most likely that we might be getting to see another sweep. I'm not too sure just yet, but on what it's leaning forward to, it might actually happen.
Let's see here. The zap comes out again. Let's see if it'll be enough. The brush does come out, and we do manage to see double opening gambit. Let's see if the 52 at least can get an opening pick and start off the gambit. No.
Shinigami! I'm gonna follow up on to NyQuil. Fix the picks here. Oh, it's a literal quick scope, taking it back to the MLG era. 360.
E-Leader versus E-Leader. Nox is the winner.
We'll have to give like a reward to Nox here, but take a look at Nono. Wants to say, and just get back to Nox here. So I like how Nono and Nox are playing this. They're playing passive, they're playing careful. They know what the other team's trying to do against theirs. But maybe the Chud Maxers are now reading the scenario of Shrimp for sale.
We'll see here. Shinigami can do something. And he's making havoc in the enemy base. Does manage to get Manti, but gets taken out by a stray burst bomb from the shot.
90 remaining here. Nox upon the one side. Chud Maxers in the lead so far, but Shrimp on sale, they want to find an answer to that lead, as now they're pushing it past it. They are trying to go for the checkpoint skull. Oh, Brutus! Oh, Brutus is too good with the E-Leader, man. And Suhao, you might honestly just be saying, how are they doing that?
E-Leaders, bro. This guy just got a triple in 1 second. He's about to make it a quad. He just made it a quad, bro. These E-Leaders on both sides are ridiculous. This and side of Shrimp, we get double. We're about to see a KO possibly as Kraken comes out. There's nothing that Chud can do. Now it's 2-0 in bracket reset.
Oh
One more, and they'll be able to win the shopping spree badge. Excellent.
Oh my gosh. You know, honestly, that right there could have been the fastest tower control there was throughout this whole entire bracket. I might be right or I might not be right, because we haven't seen the other matches that were played. But yeah, I like what I saw there from this Shrimp on Sale team. They were super aggro, and being aggro with a sniper, that is a skill to have. In hitting shot after shot after shot, just like roundabouting it, and getting that 3K, it's absolutely amazing. It's astonishing that you're able to get a pick after pick after pick. But that was absolutely lovely. I can't wait to see what happens here in this game 3 of this repeat of the grand final. Shrimp on sale wants it for themselves here, and they want another sweep in the repeat of the grand final.
Or Chud Maxers to win. They'll be put into the situation where they have to reverse sweep again. And now it's only time will tell if they'll be able to sweep it on the reverse sweep on Clam Blitz Crab Leg. This map is pretty interesting. What do you think's gonna happen on this map?
Well, if we're talking about the map or if we're talking about the food, I know that the food, especially crab legs, very, very good. But yeah, the map, it's going to be very strategic. It's going to come down to rotations. It's going to come down to how they want to position. But it's more probably going to be relying upon how these two teams are going to be positioning here. I'm going quick with my words here. I can't be speaking English. Maybe not speaking a different language. But yeah, to how it's still probably going to be more up in the favor of this Shrimp squad. I mean, we've just been seeing it throughout that first grand finals, and now we're here up in this repeat. They really do want to push for that 3-0, 3-0 back-to-back.
Avery, since you talked about crab legs, the food, and this team is called Shrimp on Sale, I think they have to win this for the seafood theming.
Yeah.
We're seeing a S-Blast on the side, and now Nox is playing Zap, and to 52, who was previously playing 52, is now playing Leader. We're going to see players changing weapons. Let's see if it'll be enough today. One shot this 3.
Snipers here up on both of the two sides, both providing a lot of detrimental answers on towards the other squad, but we got to see some crazy sniper action from that last map that we were just up on. The ink brush getting taken out here, the umbrella getting taken out. As now you're getting to see Shinigami just try and position here with Skull, and they do protect here as N4 gets taken out, and now it's a way to position this. How are they going to move forward? Clam Blitz, you need to be very, very strategic and defensive. You can't just be playing very aggro, because we did get to see that from a series before, and it didn't go a team's way.
We'll now see Shinigami sneaking in one football. They won't be able to get any more, and as Shrimp on Sale keeps up the nice defense going. I think Skull switching to Leader might have been the right decision, as Nox is even though a pretty good leader. They just 1v1 Brutus, who previously got a quad last game and beat them pretty quickly at that.
Okay, taking out the MVP from last match. Skull still trying to prove their dominance with this E-Leader. Really curious though to see, oh wow. And you know, that was what I was curious about, if they were going to be able to find the pick. As now they're able to get Manting, and yeah, now it's going to be that remaining 8-8. If you are this team, though, with Nox and Shinigami and Skull and Nono, they're most definitely likely going to be trying to push forward here. Maybe they're going to try and push some pressure up onto this NZAP here and push the NZAP in forward for a possible deposit.
Yeah, I mean, both the sides have balls here, but it's pretty even right now. With Shrimp having most of the map control, they got 3 down. This could be the chance for another ball to go in. And their ball from the side of Chud Maxers expires.
Okay, there you go. The protection, the shield, the barrier. 60 now remaining here. As now you're getting to see this Chud Maxers squad now down here by 20 into Shrimp on Sale. Shrimp on Sale, though, still doing a great job. The Booyah Bomb now up online here for No-No. The Special now getting popped. Special, will it find some answers? No, it doesn't. But the pressure onto NyQuil. getting taken out here. Kraken up onto the corner. N4 does get back with their squad. But the Inzap getting taken out. Yeah. I ran out of words there.
Yeah. Seems like one's down on Chud Maxers, but they'll be back very soon. They do have a crab, and it will be used right now. I think they'll be able to find one with the crab and go from there. But let's see. Never mind. They do get traded. I thought the Shinigami just jump scared that crab. Was not expecting it at all. But at least they got traded out of the Endeavor. Let's see what's happens now.
Skull peeking the corner. Wants to be very, very aggressive with the special. Launches it right where the basket is. And you get to see the umbrella just getting provided for some protection there. A nice play to move up. But is it going to be the play that's going to push your squad forward, right? As you do lose one. Oh no, this might be Shrimp on cell falling down a little bit here, as there's 2 footballs up online here for the Chud Maxers. But they do land one, but they don't land the other. The Ink Rush is the only thing that is alive, and it's going to get stopped with final 40. Now you have a team that has the football up online. You have 2 specials up online, and the Dolies are going to try and find an answer here at Euromancy.
One goes down on both sides. They have 15 clams. They have so much to work with here. Now they have 2 footballs, but one of them does get stopped. Never mind, they actually had 3 in storage, but now it seems like they're only gonna have 2, which is still fine. All the Chud Maxers needs to make this 2-1 is 1 football and 1 more clam. And now the one
There it is, too, How.
made. Let's see if they'll be able to do it.
Overtime ticking here. And let's see if that football can be delivered to the basket. Oh, the splat up on the Brutus. Skull. They want to prove it for the Chud Maxers. Can they push it? Yes, they match the lead. They take the series. Wow, this is wild. This is absolutely wild.
Chud Maxers are not done yet. Coming back from winning 5 games in a row, they just said the reverse sweep might be possible because we're not dead yet. Chud Maxers winning the game with an amazing comeback in overtime. You love to see it.
Oh my gosh, this is absolutely incredible. Who would have thought that you were gonna come down to the E-leader pushing in your team, getting those picks? That way your team could follow up and score. That was absolutely incredible from that E-leader performance. I can't wait to see what else happens here up in this series. I don't think Chud Maxers are out of this yet. Look at how much momentum now that they have after getting that win here up in this series. And now it's just not over. It's more now or never for this Chud Maxers squad to push them for that possible reverse sweep that's still up on the line.
Anything is possible here. Both teams being very evenly matched will come down to the wire here. It's going to be splat zones, ship-shaped cargo. One thing about this map is that Dynamo is very strong here. I don't think we'll be able to see it though, because the comp changes from the side of Chud Maxers. I think they're going to stay in their comp this time, as it got them the victory.
Splat zones, here we go. The team of Shrimp have been here before. Chud Maxers have been here before. They are so familiar with this format. But here we go. Right off the spawn, they make their way in their push towards this splat zone.
Shinigami looking to maybe drop on someone, but they resort to throwing bombs instead. I think the drop's coming now. Yup, they jump scared the dualies, get it, but Brutus, the golden leader, does pick them off. Shrimp will have control for the first part of this game, it looks like.
Yeah, Shrimp wants to prove a telling to this Chud Maxer squad that one win isn't going to throw us off. They really want to push for a 3-1 here, and it is really going quick. There is much to worry here if you are the Chud Maxers. You gotta apply some sort of aggression. And No, maybe this is the answer. No gets picked with the Booyah. That is absolutely crazy, Tuhao. So that pressure isn't just done yet for Shrimp on Cell, as now it's final 20. They're finding a pick. Skull, what can you do here for your squad? Oh, I don't think it's gonna find much. So, final 10. Oh, it's gonna be a trade for trade. Will they be able to get there? No,
Wow.
they don't! Shrimp on Cell with a full sweep with the splat zones here up on this one.
Incredible bracket reset. Shrimp, they lost on the map that was closest to them, which is Crab Leg, but it doesn't matter because they came back with this game on Ship Cargo Co. Chud Maxers didn't even get a lick of time in that game, and that will be all for shopping spree number 6.
Absolutely incredible here. The Chud Maxers do unfortunately lose here in our bracket reset, grand final resets against the Shrimp side of things. And hey, Shrimp put up a really incredible fight up into the Chud Maxers. I couldn't even believe that they did a full sweep there up on that splat zone. That is super hard to do up in competitive tournaments, so I give a lot of props and credit to that Shrimp on Sale squad. But what a fight that we thought that Chud Maxers was going to pull off there. They had a dominant comeback in that... Why am I blanking up on this? On the last map that was previous towards that splat zone, that was Clam Blitz. And hey, they just did something. They unfortunately did lose that splat zone though to Shrimp on Cell. But hey, Shrimp on Cell, they shut them down right. They really did push for that repeat of the grand final, and they did it here in our shopping spree number 6. But folks, this will be all here for me, myself, Naya, and Tuhao. But there is so much more that will be happening in more weeks to come here in the shopping spree. So don't miss out. Follow the socials, follow everything that we have, and join the community because it is a rocking, blasting time. We will see you guys very, very shortly for the next up here of Shopping Spree.